You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We've been waiting a long time. So
we were worried you wouldn't come back.
Yeah, we were.
You were like,
we actually were.
Man, Mean Girls, they've reached their pinnacle.
That's it. They're
There's
done.
nothing coming back from that. I got to be honest with you, Tuff E Nuff, this episode's probably going to be a lot worse than Mean Girls, is my guess. Because I feel like Mean Girls was very different.
Yeah.
And because
There was more to dig into.
Yeah, for sure. There was more to talk about.
Not as much stuff to mock, but there's more to dig into.
That is true. That is true. So this is a the mocking tone. This is a mocking episode.
I would say so for the most part.
Yeah.
Tyler and Dave and Ian mock old games.
Yeah. When it's
to Dagmog.
when it's deserved or does it matter? It really doesn't, because we mocked a lot of the games on IGN's Top 100.
It's true.
That in hindsight, totally really didn't deserve any of that mocking.
No. It turns out like making a good game is hard and rare.
Yeah. Well, live and learn.
Now that we're in our 30s and 40s as opposed to our 20s and 30s,
Yeah.
we've looked at the world a lot differently now.
Live and learn. I'm sure people, if they started listening to us from the beginning, they're like, man, these guys hate everything. And then that's like why they just decided to stay on board.
I also hate everything.
Right, yeah.
Everything does suck.
Yeah, all right.
This is for me.
Well, Tyler and Dave play old games, and we're bringing on in a current streak to overthrow John Turley, Witness Age Ian.
Hey.
Again,
Hey,
very happy
Ian.
to
How
have you
y'all
here.
doing?
Pretty good. I like this.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's great. How long can you keep it up? I love it.
Oh, I can keep this up all night, baby.
Perfect. Good.
Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby.
Oh, baby. So am I trying to beat John's streak of consecutive episodes or total
total.
appearances?
It's up to you, man. I
Do
don't.
we even know
Both.
what that is?
Phil?
Yeah, it's like 86 or something like that.
Oh, well, that won't be hard. At this rate, if it keeps up like this, it'll be easy.
And he had an edge on you because when he was on the show, we were doing it twice a week, so he had double the opportunity to be on.
Yeah, that's true.
He wasn't on, but he was typically just on Wednesdays. But
Right.
the opportunity was there. So by that,
He missed 50% of the shots he didn't take.
That's right. Yeah, Michael Scott. So really, by that logic, you've already beaten his streak.
Yeah.
Because he missed Mondays and we were doing Mondays and Wednesdays. So
yeah.
you've already accomplished that goal.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But I don't know. Total? I don't know.
Somebody will just have to, they'll do the math.
There is a total somewhere. I've seen it. I need to find it again.
Yeah, Phil, where is it?
Where is it, Phil?
Yeah, where
I know
is
you
it,
did
Phil?
it. Oh, what you guys done this week? Anything interesting?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
Just
I get it.
it seemed like a really long week for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
it was.
all day yesterday, I thought it was Thursday. Like I was gonna come out here last night, thinking it was Thursday, and it was Wednesday.
You could have been.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just been a weird week. Maybe the weather's fucking with my head or something. I don't know. But that's really all I've got to report, is that I'm discombobulated and I don't know what day it is.
it's gone by fast for me.
Has it?
Yeah. I've been super busy at work. That's why. So, that's not great. Because, it's like, it goes by, the workday goes by fast, which is nice. But then I get home and I'm tired because there's a lot of work.
And then home goes by even faster.
And then home goes by, even faster. Good screen, much faster than bad screen. Bad screen, so slow. Even when fast, bad screen slow. So, But I got the RGB modded NES. That's all back and
working.
it's working and it's fucking really nice. He recapped the whole thing and installed the RGB mod and fixed, the issue because like when I was trying to, because it broke off. The RGB mod is like just like a chip that has pins and those pins go into a socket and that board with the pins on it came out when it was being shipped, and when I tried to put it back in, I broke a pin. And was like, so do I just throw this away now? Or he's like, no, send it back. I'll take care of it. So send it back, and he did. He took care of it, and like USPS did not destroy it this time. That was nice. That was good. Thank you,
Thanks,
USPS. Yeah, you did it.
Only took 2 tries, but guys, just hang in there.
No matter how hard Louis DeJoy, the new Postmaster General, wants to wreck everything about the post office.
I haven't been
made it
following
happen.
that.
Oh yeah, that dude's out to destroy the post office.
No shit.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I will say,
he's blatant about it, and there's nothing
Really?
anybody can do about it.
he's literally like, fuck this place.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Ian, I got to say, I was really surprised because it showed up like they delivered something. The USPS delivered something to me on Sunday that was not an Amazon purchase, and I was like, "What the fuck, man? You guys just do this now?"
They do it now. I see them in my neighborhood on Sunday all the time.
It's great. I love
Yeah,
it. I mean,
Well, I think they do it because they're just handling like packages. It seems like, and I think they're just trying to
that's
get them
all
out.
I want.
Get them out of the way so they can get the regular mail.
Yeah.
They don't have to haul those packages around
Sure.
with them all the time.
And all that regular mail I don't want. It's the packages that I want. So
the regular mail is bills.
yeah, regular mail sucks.
There's never anything.
It's not
good.
even bills
It don't
because it's
even-
like
yeah,
a lot of ours is online. So it literally is just like, here's trash. just
Yep.
directly into the mailbox.
Here's some credit card offers for you.
Right.
Here's a couple
Trash,
of coupons you're
trash.
not going to use. Yeah.
Look, if I haven't gone to Pizza Inn in the last 2 years, I'm not going now.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mod is great. It looks good. I mean, like I did some video capture. I haven't streamed with it yet, but like it's wild because I did some video capture. So I'm playing games where it's like that I haven't played in a long time, like Marble Madness. Mike Tyson's Punch Out has been like the one that I've been like playing a lot of this week. Love that game. I've never beat Mike Tyson. I've never legitimately gotten to Mike Tyson. Like
Is that right?
As a kid, I'd always like wherever I was renting from, they had the instruction manual, and someone wrote down the codes in the instruction manual. So being like,
God bless that person.
yes, for sure, absolutely, doing the Lord's work. But like me as a 7-year-old, like I see the passwords, and it's like, well, I don't need to go through the game. I just need to go to Mike Tyson. So it's like that obviously doesn't work out because they didn't know how to play the game. So it's just like, man, this game is hard.
Yeah. I had that game on NES, and I beat it
Nice.
like legitimately. I played it a lot.
Yeah. I feel like you have to play it a lot
You do
in order to
get that timing down.
I'm
because he hits you once and you're just fucking done.
Well, and it's like I'm not even like I'm fighting. I'm like such a Mike Tyson's Punch Out scrub. I'm on Bald Bull's rematch.
Okay.
And it's like I technically can make it past Bald Bull the rematch, but like it's not consistent enough to be like, well, I can do it 100% of the time. It's like I can do it like 30% of the
Right.
time.
See, I can't go back to that.
Really?
I never played the game. I just played Super Punch Out.
Sure,
And
yeah.
I played a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Still love Super Punch Out. Still sit down and play it and beat it all the way through. But then trying to take that skill set and play Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the two do not equate in any way. So it's just like I get so frustrated trying to play that game because I want to play it like Super Punch Out, and it's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fucking suck at Punch Out.
I prefer Punch Out, but it's because I had more. I think it's like the same reason you prefer Super Punch Out. It's just I had more time with it as a kid. I never really played Super Punch Out until like we were doing this show, and I liked it. I think it's great. And one of the reasons that I started playing Punch Out was because you mentioned Prince Narcissus on like our last episode. So it was like that was in my mind, and it was like, well, fuck, man. And plus, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out has those like big sprites, so like I wanted to see that, like, with the mod and everything. It looks good. It looks really good. Like when I was looking at the capture, I was like, except for like a few things, like it looks like it's just emulated, which just sounds like a bad thing, but I feel like how good that mod is.
If it looks emulated and plays like original hardware, that's the dream.
Yeah, no, I mean it's perfect. It's got like a palette switch on it with like 3 palettes on it, which is cool. And then it's got like, instead of the DIN connector out, he's put like a SNES multi out on it. So shout out to Tyler's brother Ryan for letting me borrow his SNES multi-out cable for like weeks because I was testing it and didn't want to give it back until it came, until the modded system came back.
He doesn't need it.
So, but I mean, still,
keep it. I'm telling you, you can have this. You can have this stuff. It's fine.
Too late. I already gave it back. I told Nikki, I was like, when I tested the RGB mod, and it was like it worked. I was like, finally, I can return this multi-out cable and like not carry the fucking burden of having it on my fucking emotional bandwidth anymore. It's like I texted Ryan. I was like, all right, I got it. You want to bring it back? I gotta bring it back.
Is that the what?
No. I don't think Ryan and I have this.
He cares about his.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not like I am.
And we have this mailbox relationship where it's like I haven't seen Ryan in years, but I leave things in his mailbox and he leaves things for me in his mailbox. So it's this real like...
We do that with sleeping medication too.
That makes me feel better because the other day I told Nikki, I'm going to drop this off in Ryan's mailbox. And I was like, I don't think Ryan likes me that much. He likes me enough to let me borrow the multi-out. But
that's the important part.
But it's like, Dave, I don't want to see you.
Oh, no, you can't come in. Just step away. Look, just the mailbox. The mailbox is as far as you need to come.
No, but he said, I will go over to his house. Like, do you have any Ambien? I'm out of mine. Yeah, it's in the mailbox.
So
I need to start just swinging by his house.
Just see what goodies are in
Check
there.
the mailbox.
I thought you said you were going to leave that for me in the mailbox. I did. Well, it's not there. Wait, did you see a black pickup truck go by your house?
He left me a bunch of like...
Ian's Ambien out, walking around with a bunch of cords around his neck.
He left a bunch of SNES repro cards in there when I turned the multi out. So that was really nice. That was really cool. So now I've got a bunch of repros from like between him and the ones that Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn sent. I have way more than I ever thought that I would have. Which is cool. I played Socks the Cat for the first time not too long ago at the end of one of the streams, and we got to talk about that game sometime for sure.
Oh,
yeah. Other than that, Poppets are banned at Henry's school now. Do you guys know what
What's
Poppets
that?
are? Have I talked about Poppets on the show before?
No.
I promise I'm not going to talk about Little Shop of Horrors this episode. But, but
I will, though.
But Poppets are like these, like bubble wrap where you like pop the bubble on the bubble wrap and you're like, oh man, that kind of feels good. Mm-hmm. Poppets are kind of like that, but shittier because they don't give you the same...
You just turn stuff inside out.
Yeah, it flips it to the other side.
Okay.
And it's still like, okay, that was neat.
They're fidget toys. They banned fidget toys?
They are fidget toys. Yeah, they banned fidget toys. And because I was talking to Henry about it today, because like, man, a couple of weeks ago, he was like, I got to get a Poppet. And it's like, what is a Poppet? And then he explained it the way that I just did, kind of.
That thing that they call the girl in Pirates of the Caribbean? All right. I guess we can get you a pirate witch. Parlay Poppet.
Wouldn't you rather have a nice boat race or a frog pussy, perhaps? This Poppet.
13 minutes in.
You've had so many goddamn frog pussies in this Poppet. Audio beams. They're back.
So, in Poppet form.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that because he came home today. We got him a Poppet and gave him the Poppet and he brought it to school all happy. And then today, when I got home, I said, how was school today? And he said, awful. And I said, why was it awful? And he said, we can't bring Poppets to school anymore. And inside, I'm like, man, we just bought that fucking thing. And you're not going to play with it at school. We know it's a status symbol, and we know that's why they banned them. So
So are they like decorated in different ways, or what is this thing?
Yeah, they're like different shapes. Like he wanted a circle one. You can get them in like solid colors. His is like a rainbow colored thing. They're just
I
like
have never heard
Kenna
of
has
these
like a
things.
rainbow pentagon one that she plays with. Yeah.
so. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's a toy. Whatever. I mean, whatever you want, right? But I'm so glad you said that they're back in Pop-It form because I told him I remember when I was in school and they banned Pogs.
Yep.
And he was like, "What are Pogs?" And I was like, "Well."
Oh, I can't tell you about Pogs without telling you about Alf.
You're right,
So let's go way back.
I was wearing
And then
an
we're
onion
going
on
to
my
watch
belt.
a specific episode of The Simpsons.
Right, yeah.
You dial 9-1, and then when I say so, dial 1 again.
So I explained Pogs to him. And he seemed into it, which kind of tells me that we should bring Pogs back in a major way. They are very expensive. We can make them, but they are like prohibitively expensive. It's like the markup on producing Pogs is like, are you shitting me?
There's somebody out there controlling the means of production and keeping it from happening.
Yeah, it's true.
There's some proletariat scum keeping the Pog market on lockdown.
We need to form a Pog union. A Pog.
You could call it TADPOG.
Fuck, man. It's like Kismet. It's our destiny.
It's not full Pog. It's a little bit of Pog. It's just
Just a tad.
tad Pog.
Just a little bit. Just skosh.
You can have a little bit of Pog.
Just
in
a
the tree.
dab.
A
Tad
splash.
Pog.
Little dash. Little dash of Pog.
That doesn't hurt anybody.
Little dollop.
Yeah, a dollop. I like that. That's pretty much it. NES and fidget toys.
I think you live, Tyler, in a place that is like there's some kind of geomagnetic force going on here because okay, you see my truck every week.
Yep.
And it's a Dodge Dakota. It's an old Dodge Dakota, 2004 model. I love my truck. We call it Truckosaurus. And
Truckosaurus.
occasionally the oil pressure gauge will just not come on when I start the car. There's nothing wrong with it. With the oil pressure, it's just the gauge is fucked up. But that happens very, very, very rarely. Does that happen? And every single time I come out here, every time
Yeah.
I turn on my truck, the oil pressure gauge doesn't come on.
It's the Marshall County line.
It must be.
kinda-
I don't know if it's because I'm just driving
It's the racism.
longer.
It's the racism just fucking
just
with
keeping
everything.
that oil
You
pressure
did say your
gauge
truck
down.
is black.
You're driving a black truck into Marshall County. Things gonna fuck up.
It freaked me out though because I thought, okay, well, it's because it's at night and maybe the temperature's a little different. I don't drive a lot at night. You know, maybe there's something causing the mechanism to stick or whatever, right? No, last week when I left here at 2:30 in the afternoon, turned it on, check gauges, and the oil pressure gauge is just dead on the dash. So yeah, there's something weird going on here. I don't know if it's because this is probably the farthest I drive at once, like distance wise. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is. But I prefer to think of it as supernatural of
It's a nexus.
something, some sort.
Maybe
Yeah.
someone's siphoning your oil while you're in here.
Okay, well, I mean, they're not going to want that. I haven't changed that
weird
shit
kid
in a
next
minute.
door is gone. But
Clearly, they do want it because they're doing it every
Because
week.
they're doing it every week.
They're probably using it to get high.
You know
my
how
guess.
those kids fucking are.
You gotta watch them.
I threw in the towel on Hollow Knight. I went through God Home is they're the hardest thing where you do like 4 different gauntlets. I got to the last boss on the 4th gauntlet, and I found a way you can practice them. So I was just practicing him because I could get to him. I got to where I could do the rest of like the 6 bosses, no problem. I get to him and he just stomps me. But there's a hall where you can practice just that singular boss. I'd literally cranked out fight after fight after fight for hours. And like I was looking on the internet, like strategies and charm combinations, and every now like 30% of the time, like you were with Bald Bull, I could get him to like 25% health, and that's just where it stood. And then eventually I just sat back, like, man, fuck this. I love this game, but I have to be done now. Now I'm just wasting my time and destroying my mental health. So I just uninstalled it.
You're only wasting your
So
time
I'm
if you're
done.
not enjoying it. And it sounds like you were not at that point.
I mean, I really enjoyed it to that point until I got to the pure vessel, and it was just like, man, this isn't fun anymore.
It's not worth
This isn't
it.
fun,
Yeah.
and I have to check out. So I deleted that. I deleted my Empires and Puzzles game I've been on for years.
You got rid of Empires
I
and
got
Puzzles?
rid of that. Yeah, I got kicked out of my guild because
Your performance was dipping.
I guess I wasn't spending enough money, and I'm not going to spend any more money.
Yeah.
So
how were you filing your TPS reports? Because that's what that guild sounded
they're like
to me
cover
a little
sheet.
bit.
It got leadership had changed hands a lot from when I first started, and because you have your characters, then you have like your troops that you equip, and they wanted like you had to spend a lot of money on these troops, and they wanted multiple max level. Well, I had one like max level troop for every color, but it's taken me years at that point for one. Like I would be having to spend hundreds of dollars to try and get a second and a third one maxed out. That's what they wanted, and I wasn't doing that, so they kicked me out. And it's like I was playing just solo for a while, and then like a deal popped up, and I wanted to spend money on it. It was like, but why? All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Uninstalled it. I'm out.
Good for you. Tyler, we've noticed you've been missing a lot of raids recently. I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Drektar.
I've seen that shit too. Like I would get
Really?
these big messages like, we expect you to, you have to hit a Titan within this, hourly range. It's like you guys are in fucking Europe. I'm in the US. We're on opposite schedules.
Right.
Leave me the fuck alone. I woke up at 6:00 to so many fucking messages from them on that Line app or whatever. Like get your Titan hits in, man. I get up at 6. I'm like, fuck. And I open up the app. There's like 14 hours left to kill and I'm going to be up in like 3, well, at 6. I'm going to be up in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But they have to just fucking blow me up about it. And it's just, I was getting frustrated anyway.
It sounds like
so
it.
it's
And
not,
that's understandable.
it's not terrible. Like I wasn't upset. It was like, oh, those assholes. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to come in on Sunday.
Yeah.
Drop $200.
Sunday
on a
mornings
fire
were the
goblin.
worst. Sunday mornings where I would get the most messages.
Yeah.
Like when I could sleep in, then I'm just like,
Oh man, I'd have walked on that shit a long time ago. That's
And it's only semi recently that like it's gotten that bad. And so like messages on Discord as well. So I fucking dropped that Discord, like deleted those channels, deleted that app, deleted the game. But I got these Arby's dice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's got that going for me.
Yeah, I think, which is nice. Yeah, that's good.
Wheel of Time trailer's out. It looks pretty badass.
I didn't
I
watch
haven't watched
it.
the trailer
Yeah.
yet, but I'm going to because I know you're a big fan.
Oh man, it looked very, very good. Very, very good.
Better than the last stab at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No Billy Zane in this one, unfortunately.
Damn it. Man, wouldn't it be great if they did include him in the project?
God, I hope so. That
Yeah.
would be great.
I mean, that's a minor, it's whatever. Just like it's just, hey, there's Billy Zane in the background.
just let him work. Come on.
Yeah, just
let's throw
let,
Billy
just
Zane a
let the
bone.
boy work.
If Brendan Fraser's back, we can do something for Billy Zane.
Yeah,
Come on.
Billy Zane.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings starts tomorrow.
I've been getting emails about that. Man, it's tomorrow
I've been
already?
getting TikToks about
Tomorrow
that.
already.
Yeah.
Yes. I want so bad to go see it, but
They're only releasing it in theaters?
it's only in theaters, and I'm just not okay with going to the theater right now.
Yeah, it's rough
I'm
right now for
not
sure.
comfortable with it, and Tanya wouldn't go with me even if I did.
Thanks,
She'd
Scarlett.
say, go ahead and go, but she wouldn't go with me because she doesn't like going to the theater anyway.
I have a feeling it might,
They might fast track it.
surface.
Yeah, it might be. I think it's probably easier to come by in digital form right now.
Sure.
Because they probably already have that ready to roll
Yeah.
on Disney Plus or whatever.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that occurs.
Yeah.
Because I really, really want to see it.
I'll
I've
let
heard
you
it's
know if
really
I
good.
see anything about that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But I have been getting my Marvel fix on the new series What If, which is really cool.
I've heard people really enjoy that. Yeah.
It's out there. It's really different. Obviously, it's literally different.
Sure. That's the point. Yeah.
The first episode was Captain America. If Peggy. The whole thing, every episode
like
hinges
Captain
around.
Carter, right?
Yeah, it hinges around one choice that's made differently.
Yeah.
So in this case, when they're about to inject Steve Rogers with all the stuff, in the movie they ask her, "Wouldn't you be more comfortable up in the viewing booth?" And she says yes, and she goes up to the viewing booth,
Right,
where the guy is, and he's got his lighter and the bomb and all that mess, right?
sure.
In this, she says, "No, I'm staying down here." Well, then that means the guy gets the bomb off, and a bunch of people die. Steve Rogers doesn't get in the chamber, and she gets in it and becomes
And gets thick.
Captain Carter.
Oh, okay.
And then everything's different at that point. They get the Tesseract almost immediately. And then Howard Stark builds this giant iron suit that's powered by the Tesseract that Steve Rogers pilots. And he and Captain Carter do their thing and fight crime and all this. But at the end of it, she's fighting this giant monster that the Red Skull brought in from another dimension. And she falls into the other dimension. And
Is Red Skull in it?
yes.
Is it
Yes.
Hugo?
It's everybody's voiced by everybody.
Man, that's great.
Yeah, they
Because,
use Chris Evans and
they wasted Red Skull. I mean, like that's
Yep.
always like my biggest
Yep.
complaint about the Marvel movies is that like
some heavy
they
hitters
just
aren't
roll through
in it
villains,
enough.
man,
Yeah.
and it's like
But now he's a ghost on another planet forever.
right, yeah,
They can reuse him as a ghost on another planet forever.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I forget about that.
He does have a pretty important role later. I mean, he doesn't say or do much, but
Yeah.
his job is pretty important, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
But anyway, she goes through, and then she later pops out of the other dimension, and Nick Fury's standing there and tells her it's been 70 years. And
Oh, okay.
so that's where it kind of stops. It doesn't go obviously into the whole thing. In the next episode, I'm not going to recap every episode.
Go ahead.
That's fine.
No, please.
The next episode was, what if T'Challa was Star-Lord?
Okay.
So they
What
They
like
go
he
to
get,
get
he
Peter
gets,
Quill.
He gets picked up instead of
what's his name? The blue guy.
Zendu, right?
Xandu.
Yondu.
Yondu.
Goes
Close.
He sends.
That's his what if version.
Yeah, right.
Xandu.
Yeah. That's
You're
the
thinking
ticket.
of Xandar, which is the planet that they were on. Anyway, they go to.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Thanks, Ian.
trying
Yeah,
to
but
help
I
you
was
here.
still
Yeah.
right.
No, I know. No, I'm actually very glad you corrected me so that nobody else will.
Right there you go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Instead of Yondu going himself to pick him up, he sends his buddies, his brother and Taserface, after them, and they pick up this gigantic energy signature and pick up a kid. Well, it turns out the signature they were picking up was all the vibranium in Wakanda, and they picked up T'Challa. Yondu never told T'Challa. Well, he did, but he told T'Challa, Star-Lord, Earth, we can't ever go back because your country was destroyed. It wasn't. But he wanted to keep T'Challa. And instead of being like this criminal guy, T'Challa is this peacemaker. And he makes peace with everybody and like settles disputes with diplomacy and all this kind of stuff. He can fight too. But like talked Thanos out of this, out of the snap. And Thanos was actually working with their team. He was one of the pirates just sitting there having a drink. And it was voiced by the dude that voiced
Josh
Thanos.
Brolin?
Yes,
Josh
Josh
Zandu.
Brolin. Josh Zandu. Josh Zandar. Josh Yondu.
From the Lost Boys.
And actually, T'Challa's voice in this was
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
I heard that
and
it was
the
like
last
yeah.
thing he did before he died. That was the last thing he did, like as an actor before he died. And it was so sad.
Sure.
Hearing his voice again and new content and all this stuff. And it's like,
And knowing.
and knowing.
Yeah, right.
But it was also wonderful because he did a great job. And anyway, that one unfolded. And then I can't remember. I'm having trouble remembering which one was the third episode. I watched it, but I can't remember. But I watched the fourth one today, and it was a Doctor Strange one. And this time, instead of he's actually with Christine, and they're going to dinner, and he wrecks the car, and she dies. he doesn't lose the ability to use his hands, but he still goes to Shangri-La or whatever to train to become a sorcerer so that he can get the time stone so that he can run time back. But he keeps running time back and she keeps dying no matter what he does. Like this time we didn't go down the bridge. The car wrecks another way. This time Doctor Strange leaves her and doesn't ever pick her up for their date, and the building blows up behind her and kills her. She's a fixed point in time, kind of like Doctor Who, where there's these points in time that cannot be changed no matter what happens. And her death is one of those things. And he ends up trying to he goes to these just dark fucking extremes to try and make that happen. And it ends differently than you might expect. So anyway, they're 30-minute shows. Highly recommend them.
Looks like the third one is if the Avengers didn't exist. Like
that's right. Someone was assassinating the Avengers. Like they even killed the Hulk. And I'm not going to say who it was because
Superman.
It was Superman. You got me.
Good. It was Muhammad Ali. I'd watch the shit out of that, and I'm not even.
But it's
like,
what if he's Cassius Clay still?
Oh,
still,
yeah.
But like at the very beginning, they show this Black Widow and Nick Fury. Now she did not voice her character in. She did not voice Black Widow.
ScarJo did not.
No. I don't think that was way before all this started with her and Disney, but I don't think she voiced it. It was someone that sounded a lot like her, but I don't think it was her. Anyway, they roll up on Tony Stark from Iron Man 3, I believe, where he's sitting in the big giant Randy's donut.
That's all. I haven't seen that one.
All right, well, he's sitting.
I've seen it, but I don't
He's sitting
remember.
in the donut eating donuts, and he's got the Iron Man costume on, but no helmet. And they approach him about, you're out of control. We need you to get your shit together because of the Avengers. And
sure.
They're about to drug him, right? They're going to drug him. They're going to stick a needle in his neck and drug him Dexter style to get him under control. And she sticks the needle in his neck and gives him the medicine, and he dies. And someone had rigged the needle, the medicine. And so Tony Stark dies, and then fucking Hawkeye dies, and then the Hulk dies.
That's cool. I like this.
There's this one guy, this one person assassinating the Avengers.
It's the Red Skull.
And then then Thor dies. And Loki comes a-calling with the entire army of Asgard behind him, like, y'all are fucking dead. You just killed my brother. You're fucking dead. That's all I'm going to say about it.
That sounds like a good episode.
It's a good episode. I can't believe I didn't remember it, but you should watch. If you don't watch any of them,
I'm probably going to watch that one.
Watch that one
That sounds
because
good.
the
I want to
end-
know who did it.
Yes, you do.
I wanna
It's
know who
really
did it.
neat. It's a really neat thing.
I want to watch it. Yeah.
Give it a-
Ant-Man.
Give it a shot.
Going up asses and expanding.
Give it a shot.
All right.
They're all good. I recommend it. It's a good, easy little watch. They don't tie together. They're all just one-off
That's cool.
episodes.
I like that. I used to love the What If comics.
I did too.
Yeah.
So much. But yeah, really fun Marvel stuff going on right now.
Cool.
I saw a TikTok about a kid that Thanos decided to pick on every year on his birthday. Like a random ass Earth kid that he would just decided to be evil and ruin his life, and he would like burn his cake or disinvite everyone to his birthday or slash his tires. There was a whole big comic where the kid's like 38 and just dreads his birthday every year.
This wasn't an actual published
Yeah, it was an
Marvel
actual comic.
Okay.
He only missed it once because that was the events of like him fucking with the Avengers, so he couldn't make it to his birthday one year.
Oh man!
And he thought it's over,
Yeah.
it's done.
Right.
And then the next year he's like, "Sorry, I missed last year. You get a double dose this year."
Oh
and fucks
my
with them all over
God.
again.
This sounds like a Mr. Show thing.
Yeah,
or
it
something,
does.
you know. I like this.
It's a mayo mustard.
Mayo stirred and mustard mayonnaise.
Mustard mayonnaise.
Whenever I finally saw that in the grocery store,
I know.
I took a picture of my phone, like meaning to post it somewhere, but like, goddamn, they were right.
Dad, it's my wedding. I can't. I gotta get this right.
Mayonnaise will expire before mustard.
Are we getting another season of Bob and David? Like, is that going to happen?
We're supposed to.
I know,
I
right?
don't know
I
when.
haven't seen anything.
And with Bob Odenkirk's health, worried about him. I was terrified that they were going to say he had died. You know, he apparently had a heart attack, and
I didn't know that.
yeah, he had a heart attack, and he was filming Better Call Saul,
Sure.
in the final season, and they had to rush him to the hospital. He's okay, but I think he's taking some time now to rest. I have a feeling it had to do with that movie he did,
which was good.
That was such a good movie, but he put. You could tell he had to train super hard to step up and do that role, and I bet that had an effect on him.
Probably did. I mean, he was in really good shape. I was impressed with all the stuff he could do.
Yeah,
I was impressed with Christopher Lloyd could still do.
God, I know, right? That was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. What was it called? Fuck. Now I'm gonna forget. I can't remember. Fuck all today.
Unzandu.
Unyandu.
On Donner, on Blitzen.
It'll come to me later, and I'll blurt it out, and nobody will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if Bob Odenkirk is, I just hope it doesn't put the kibosh on the one more season of Mr. Show, because that was my favorite. That was probably my favorite HBO joint. With Kids in the Hall, a very close second. It was Kids in the Hall until Bob and David, and then it was Bob and David.
The movie is Nobody.
Nobody Yandu. Zandu.
Yeah, nobody Zandu.
Well, you guys want to talk about whether we're each tough enough?
Hey, punk.
Yeah, I have a test I put together to determine whether or not we're tough
Sweet.
enough.
All right.
Okay, I'm probably going to fail.
Yeah, we can't do. It's not real good podcast material. We just strip down and just run into walls for 40 minutes and
See
then
who stays up the longest.
see who stays up the longest.
With full erections. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That's optional, but it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Hey, give me that Blue Chew. Need those Blue Chews over here.
We need that Blue Chew sponsorship so we can get that shit on the discount. Because I'm ready to experiment and share my stories.
That could aid in your search for the come button.
It could, but I don't. It could. I'm not saying I really need the help, but
Right.
especially on the search for the come button.
We're just going to have to grind this out. Come on. All right, I got a Blue Chew. Double XP. Let's do it.
Yeah,
It's a double XP weekend.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited about your test. Let's talk about this game.
Hey, punk.
Are you
Tough enough? Master the moves to master me.
That's kind of weird.
Is essentially the full name of this game.
Yeah.
Because that's what's on the front of the box.
It looks like a potato chip bag.
That's
going to
make that's gonna make that SEO frowny face not become a smiley face.
It's like a bag of artisanal potato chips, and the graphic designer just worked way too hard on it to make it look edgy.
It's very, to me, it looked like it's very comic book style, which
I have in my notes. That looks like one of Magneto's acolytes getting hit in the stomach by Cyclops' beams and then saying, "Are you tough enough?"
No, absolutely. I looked up, I tried to Google who illustrated this because it totally looked like a Marvel comic book artist, like 100%. That style is very, very reminiscent of exactly the X-Men reboot when we were kids. The name of the game is super confusing. On several different databases, it is Tuff E Nuff, and on Switch Online, which is why we're doing this, because this game is on the SNES Switch Online service.
The Switch Online shortcut in the randomizer.
Right, yeah. It's a little side tangent. It's listed there as Tuff Enough, but on some reputable video game databases, it is listed as, "Hey punk, are you tough enough?" Because the box art is just that.
Yeah, those
confusing.
words.
But what's the Japanese name?
Dead Dance.
Dead Dance.
Dead Dance.
That's actually a much better name.
It's a better name. Does it make any more sense? I guess a little.
maybe.
Ted Danson's Dead Dance is what I would like to see.
Yeah. What era Ted Danson though? Becker, Cheers,
Or The Good Place.
The Good Place.
I do like old Ted Danson.
Is it time travels like a Mortal Kombat story?
You go through all the different phases.
Multiple
of
Ted Dansons.
Yes.
The
The what if Ted Danson?
Ted Danson multiverse. Yeah.
Doctor Strange is behind this.
Dude, is Ted Danson? Who is he in the Marvel universe?
Nobody yet.
Fucking get on it.
He should
surprised.
be arcade though.
Fucking get on it.
I would love Ted Danson as arcade.
I want Wayne Knight as arcade.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's fair.
But Ted Danson, he would also make a good arcade. Ted Danson would make a
Moon Knight.
fucking Moon Knight.
They'll probably make him like a senator or something if they ever bring
Yeah,
him
don't
in.
do
They're
that.
not going to make him like an actual.
Make him a
Molecule Man.
make him a
That's
star.
what they did with Gary Shandling.
Yeah, right.
Or he would be a better, more accurate
Hydra.
Reed Richards at this point.
Ooh.
Yeah. Here's what I want in a Fantastic Four movie, and I may have said this on the show before. I don't know. Do a Fantastic Four movie and set it in the '60s, and like just make it a fucking period piece because then you can do whatever you want with
Instead
it.
of trying to do all these weird modern reboots.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
well, the thing that was great about the Fantastic Four was how fucking like retro futuristic
Yeah.
that
it
shit
was. The Jetsons
right?
of the Marvel
it was.
universe. Yeah.
And it's like as that because I read a little bit of it in like the early 2000s, and it was like they were still trying to keep that shtick going, and it was like I don't know, man, it just doesn't.
Well, they've
It's not
said
doing
it's
it.
coming.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
They've made a thing about it now that it's a thing. It's since they bought Fox, they've got the Fantastic Four. To me, is where their acquisition of Fox needs to fucking pay off. I mean, there's so much that can be done with X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole thing that could. You know, the X-Men spanned how many fucking movies already?
It's true.
Spawned. I said spanned.
Spawn, another one we want to see Marvel buy.
Spawn. But now with the multiverse and stuff, I think they're gonna pepper the X-Men in and out here. I don't think they're gonna like jump into the concept of
As they should.
Yeah, it's
Professor
a pretty
X and
smart
all
way to
that
do
the
it.
fucking same shit we've already seen.
Well, Ted Danson is Magneto.
There you go.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, but
Let's get the whole cast of Cheers to come in and play X-Men.
all right. So we already,
Frazier's already Beast.
Right, we got
Frazier's
that.
already Beast.
Who's Rhea Perlman?
Fucking the one you can't touch.
Rogue?
Yeah, Rogue or Storm.
Rhea Perlman is Storm. I was thinking of her as like Marrow with fucking bones sticking all over her body.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about the
or
X-Men
Wildcat,
outside of
was
the movies and stuff, so I only got like a handful to pick from.
Who's Norm?
The Blob.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
What about Cliff?
Cliff.
Professor X is just immediately like with a mustache. Who has a good mustache? Forge.
Did Forge have a mustache? I can't
I
recall.
feel like he did. He can build one.
Could Cyclops grow a mustache?
I'd hope so.
So maybe him.
Okay, so looking back on the
I
X-Men,
mean, he voiced that fucking potato, didn't he?
You're
No,
right.
no,
No,
it
he was
the dinosaur.
he was the pig, the bank.
oh the bank. Yeah, in Toy Story.
who was Slinky Dog?
Maybe that was him.
Because look, he had the country accent.
Oh, it was Jim Varney.
Oh, that was Jim Varney. Yeah.
That's right, Jim Varney.
Okay. Didn't Rickles? Didn't he?
Rickles did the potato.
He was
Yep.
Potato
He was
Head.
Mr.
Okay,
Potato
okay,
Head.
Okay. It's been a minute.
and I
since
want to
I've seen a
say
Toy
Ben
Story.
Stiller's mom was Mrs. Potato Head.
Really?
I think.
no,
I could be
I
wrong.
think you're
about
right.
that.
I think you're right.
I gotta look now.
Have you seen that episode of What If? Only it's what if Marvel sold Blade instead of making it, and then the episode just ends. The Marvel universe never gets started.
Yeah.
Well, I've touched on that. So,
I still haven't seen Blade. Maybe after we do Joe Dirt.
oh, Rex was the guy from The Princess Bride.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
The one that
The
only
Sicilian,
slightly. Yeah.
the teacher from Clueless.
Yes. What was I looking for?
Zandu.
Yondu.
William Sean Wallace.
Sean Wallace. Yeah. Sean Zandu Wallace.
Wait, we didn't have a Mrs. Potato Head until Toy Story 2, did we?
I've only ever seen the first Toy Story. I haven't seen 2, 3, or 4. I've ridden the ride and watched the first movie.
How was the ride?
It was good.
Are you on a conveyor belt, like heading towards a furnace?
You're on a conveyor belt. You're on a conveyor belt with it's like an interactive ride where you have like a thing where you're like shooting a slingshot, shooting balls at stuff as you.
It's like one of
go
the
down.
light gun game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Cool.
It was,
a huge fucking lie.
Estelle
It was a lie?
Harris.
Yeah.
Estelle Harris. She played. I think she played George Costanza's mother on Seinfeld.
Okay.
Anyway,
So kind of Ben Stiller's mom, because Ben Stiller's dad.
That's why I said, yeah, no,
maybe
exactly.
Played,
it's a 7 degrees of separation thing.
All right. So name an X-Man with a mustache.
I don't know that there is one.
Beast. Yeah, I don't know of one. I mean, what
is Wolverine's brother?
Yondu?
No.
Sandu.
Sabretooth. He doesn't have a mustache, does he?
No, he's got like a lot of stubble, right?
There's that
Was there-
one.
Got mutton chops. Big old mutton chops. Yeah.
Is there a cowboy X-Man?
like
Cannonball? Or is he just country?
Yeah, Cannonball's just country.
Okay. You said, is there a cowboy one? And I'm just thinking the cowboy character from the Mighty Ducks 2.
Count it. Count it. Disney owns that. So you're an X-Man now. Rhea Perlman?
Rhea Perlman.
So Tuff E Nuff. The box art. Also on the box art. You know, there's that like little box of text on every Super Nintendo box. We talked about it, I think, on a different episode recently, where it has like little facts and information, marketing bits about the game. This one has a lot to it. It's like jam-packed.
Oh, yeah.
It says 4 colorful main characters to fight as. Sayo, Zazie, Kotono, and Vorts. Vorts. So it's like, all right, so far, 4 characters. That doesn't seem like a lot, but okay.
Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, and Zangief.
That's all
okay.
that's all you need, really. And then it says, and this is honestly like the worst thing about the marketing. This is the worst thing about the box art. It says each character has at least 20 different moves, including exotic technique moves, which are upgradable to 4 different levels. So 20 different moves. What that means is
Forward, back, up.
they're counting the kicks. Light kick, heavy kick. They're counting the punches, light punch,
Block.
medium punch. They're counting all of that shit because mainly the characters have 2 what we would consider special moves.
Yeah.
I beat this game using exclusively heavy kick.
Nice, good for you. I didn't beat it. I got to Jado and like, nope, couldn't get past.
Is that
him.
the one with the things on his hands?
No,
That's K's.
yeah.
K apostrophe.
Oh, yeah.
Whose hands are these? K's.
I couldn't beat him. I only played with her, with the female, and I could not get any of the special moves to go off with any sort of regularity. When it did, it was accidental, and it always got me hit because I didn't mean to do it, so they took advantage of that and attacked me. I couldn't get throws to get off that well.
I don't think I did a single throw.
I did
in the entire
one
game.
throw once.
I would do it by accident. I still don't know how I did it.
For me, I would get them in the corner and spam light punch. And that almost right to the belly. And that almost always got them.
I would crouch in the middle of the arena, and they would jump on either side of me, and I would just heavy kick to the side that they were landing on. And that would typically, I would win.
Yeah, did the trick.
Yep.
It was published by Jalico in 1993 in Japan, North America, and in
Jellicoe
Europe.
cats.
Yeah. It is a fighting game. It's a 1-versus-1 fighting game.
I thought this was a brawler, so I was surprised.
We all
too.
did.
I did too.
Because it's done by Jalico, who did the Rushing Beat saga, and we all thought that was one of the games in that saga, and it's not. It came out right before the Peacekeepers, or actually, it came out in the same year as the Peacekeepers.
Yeah, when it came up and it was a fighter, I was like, oh,
I was also disappointed. Yeah,
I didn't want to play a fighter.
I didn't either.
And I was feeling like I want to play a poor imitation of Street Fighter
very
right now.
rip-off,
Great.
lightweight version of Street Fighter. Yeah, it was not very entertaining.
Do you feel like if the roster had been bigger, that would have helped? Or, I mean, like, I guess my question is, what about this game made it feel like a Kmart Street Fighter 2?
I just felt like the controls were a little bit, and maybe it's because I was playing on a Switch.
I thought the controls were clunky and slow.
They were, and I just couldn't get the special moves to go off. And half the time, I would miss my punch or I would miss a kick that I should have probably landed. I thought the AI was.
I think the AI was pretty nuts, honestly.
I stopped trying to do a jump attack. I could not land a fucking jump attack. And they would do a special move every time I would try to get him from the air. So it's just like, all right, I'm going to stay on the ground and just crouch.
Yeah.
And if you stand at like fatality range, from like mid-range fatality range, like Mortal Kombat style, and do a high kick, they always jump away. They'd always jump away all the way to the. That's how I would drive them into the corner so I could spam and.
They're scared of it.
They're very scared of it because it's very powerful, but it's hard to hit them. I just thought that I don't. As fighting games go, I've said I don't think Street Fighter is my favorite.
Sure, I remember you saying that.
But I could play Street Fighter.
Yeah,
you know, I could do special moves and I could enjoy that game. But this one, I just felt like I was fighting the controls more than I was fighting my opponent, and I didn't care for it.
I was okay with the controls. My big issue with it was I don't know why they decided to do this, but every time you would either hit an opponent or be hit by an opponent or block, if anyone blocks, the game freezes for like half a second. And that is like not fun. Like, it was jarring. It didn't seem to bother really anybody else. And I've like read reviews and I've watched some YouTube videos. No one else mentions this. So this might very much be this feels like Street Fighter to me, and Street Fighter doesn't do this. So it's really bothering me. It makes the game feel choppy because it's not fluid. It's like
that's probably what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's
anytime something happens, it's just like the game just takes a break. And
is that a on purpose, or is that a hardware thing?
I think it's a design decision. I don't know, but I was having the same question. But it's like, why would it be? You know, as lightweight as this game feels, 4 playable characters. You've got 2 characters fighting on the screen at one time. The backgrounds, I think, are very nice.
They were okay,
but I don't think they're like, taxing. So I think it's a design decision. I think what they were trying to do was make every punch and every block feel meaningful.
Like they're putting emphasis on the fact that you landed a punch,
right? Or a punch was landed on you.
Yeah, I didn't need that. They had the little sprite that had the little orange bang sprite when you hit somebody.
Right.
That's enough.
That's enough. And it's like, but it felt to me like, you know how in like Street Fighter, where like you land that last hit, and it slows down. It kind of felt like they were like, that's a good idea.
What if we did that for every hit?
Every hit, right. Kids love that. It's in the game.
I thought the replay thing at the end of each battle was weird.
I think it's a cool thing. It is weird.
I mean, none of my battles were exciting enough to replay.
No, me neither.
It's a neat feature, yes.
But I could see, like, if you're playing with somebody on, like...
And you want to, like, fucking...
a competitive level.
Teabagging.
Right.
Yeah. No. We're watching this in slow motion, motherfucker. Ooh, watch. Just
you can,
right in the face. Right in the boat race.
You can pinpoint the moment where Shio's heart breaks.
They're just... Sort of piggybacking on your point, what this game does feel like, okay, people love dipping French fries in ketchup. So what we're gonna do is freeze lines of ketchup shaped like fries. This game is ketchup fries. And it also feels a little Kmarty because instead of the bars of health being at the top, they are on the sides.
Right,
which
vertical.
crowds the viewable area anyway. I don't dig it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. In the Japanese version, their faces would get bloodied as the battle would go, as like some kind of like visual indicator of how their health is looking. Which
As
I
they
think
proceed with the dead dance.
exactly right. The closer you are to dead, the better you dance. I think that's really cool, but we didn't get that in North America
Yeah, of course
because we're baby children over here. So
Cause Tipper Gore.
yeah. So wait, okay. Are we all fry dippers here, or do any of us here put the ketchup on top of the fries?
There's only one time when I will do that.
Shoestring.
Well, no. Well,
worst
I don't
fry.
eat those. I
Worst
don't
fry.
eat that shit anyway.
Shoestring's pretty bad.
I don't eat that shit anyway.
I want the opposite.
But like, if I'm at
String shoe.
if I go like to the zoo or something and I get a thing of fries and I don't have anything to put ketchup in, I'll do it then because I'm on the go.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't want to have a big blob of ketchup.
It's
soaking
a
in, but,
necessity, not
this
not a
third of my
desire.
fries.
But
so I'll do
preference.
it that way. But preference is dipping, and we keep ramekins at the house.
We do too. Oh yeah.
for dipping
Oh
purposes. Yeah.
I bonded with Henry over because he asked, he's like, "Do you ever put ketchup on top of the fries?" And I was like, "God no." He was like, "Me neither." I was like, "All right, good."
Because I mean, if you don't get to this one, it gets soggy because the ketchup's been soaking into it.
Sure.
You know?
Plus, you can't control the amount of. It's like
Yeah, you don't have any on the bottom.
the shit on the
fries.
bottom. Yeah, it's like the nacho conundrum,
Yes,
where it's like all the good
exactly.
shit's on the top, and then like
It's not like you can stir them up with your hand.
Right.
Now the ketchup's on your fucking hand. And
Yeah.
you gotta.
that's
Oh,
not
man.
good.
That's
Now what
not
are you gonna
good.
do?
Make the ketchup into the fries.
Thanks, Jellico. You did it. You done solved the puzzle.
Because Melissa and I were laying in bed talking last night, and I was like, "So after I die, you just gonna to remember me, just surround
You're gonna start
yourself."
putting your ketchup on top of the fries.
You just surround the house with like jugs of urine and sauce dipping cups. Because I keep ramekins as well, mostly for marinara. Because I always dip pizza in marinara or breadsticks or whatever.
Oh,
so
ranch
I have
is
little
my
glass
thing.
ramekins for everything. And of course, because the bathroom's on the other side of the house and I sleep naked, I do have a.
You need a robe.
Oh, I have a robe, but it's still I have to get up. I wake up. If I have to go, put my robe, walk to the bathroom, pee, which I do 10 times a night.
Good
I'm just
Lord,
not going to
man.
sleep.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that cybernetic implant going.
I
That's
mean,
rough, dude. How do you like?
It's better than it was, but it's still like I wake up. I mean, I bet every hour and a half, and I will
Good
pee.
Lord. I don't.
If anything wakes me up, I have to pee.
How are you like?
Automatic.
I'm actually like that too. If I don't have enough bourbon before bed, I will wake up frequently throughout the night to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things. And it's more for me, it's not like a physical problem. It's I may as well go pee.
It's like a boredom
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I'll wake up and I'll feel like I've got to pee. And I'm like, if I don't go now, I'm going to wake up in a couple more hours and really have to
do it.
So figure, man, my bathroom is right next to our bedroom.
You don't want to rock
Wow,
that
that's
awesome
far to go.
pee boner at 6 a.m? No, that's like the best, man. It's like, look at this. This is the best it's gonna get.
See, the only show I've ever heard that recognized in is Trailer Park Boys.
What, a pee boner?
A pee boner.
That's a travesty because it's like that's a
Fucking
real thing.
lady walking around with a piss boner all over the park.
It's kind of like the best. That's as good as it gets. Is like, I mean, if you want it, now's the time to get it because like Blue Chew ain't got shit on a
Going
pee boner.
nowhere. Yeah.
So I'll cut the top off of a laundry detergent, like the big yellow jug, and so I just have to roll out of bed. I'll pee in that, and in the morning just dump it out. So
Oh man, I don't like
that's
that.
the best thing I could do. Is like,
I
so,
don't like
So
that.
Melissa, whenever I die, you become a hoarder of dirty sauce cups and
like that.
laundry jugs.
Howard
full of pee.
Hughes.
Yeah.
Let your fingernails grow all long and shit.
How about like a?
It was fine when we were in the other bathroom or the other bedroom because the bathroom was
bathroom
just
was right
right
there,
beside me. So I
yeah.
would just roll off and pee. But where I am now, it's like
It is
Yeah.
a bit of a walk.
that's what I got to do.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And of course, if I make a noise, Bella's gonna start going nuts. So
At you?
oh yeah,
She's
any
high-strung.
noise. Like if I can go out. I mean, if I'm still up on the weekend at like 2 a.m, if I go out the back door to get at the car, go to the car, I come back. She immediately
She's
just goes
barking.
nuts. Yep.
Clem's pretty like bad about barking at stuff outside, but
That's what Penny's.
but in the
does.
house she's okay.
No, Penny's the opposite. Penny barks at everything that goes past our house that's not us.
Yeah.
When she's inside, but if I took her out, she would start drooling and put her head down and be all tail between her legs, afraid of everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Clem just wants people to like pay attention to her. And like I tell people that like someone will be walking down the street and she'll like dart at them and she's on a leash, of course, and I'm holding her back and she's like really wants to get to him. And I'm telling the person's like she just wants to say hi, and the people are always like, I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, doesn't look like it. And it doesn't because she's barking at them.
Yeah, what's that TikTok? Oh, don't worry, the dog's not gonna bite. Are you gonna bite me? And just the dog's face. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bite you. I am. Get closer. I am gonna bite you.
I'm always nervous when we go to the park and like a kid will come up and be like, "Can I pet your dog?" Clem, she doesn't bite, but I mean, it's like, what if she just decided
Today's the
today,
day.
right? Yep.
I've been
What is that
holding
in?
off.
So they had the Green Mile where the family dog was super sweet, but one day it just bit the kid in the face.
Oh God,
For no reason.
I don't remember that.
I don't
it's been
think
a
that
long
was
Like
time.
the littlest girl. There's some movie like that where little girl has like a scars on her face, and she wears her hair over it, and that's what happened. Like they compared to John. Yeah, it is the
Catalog
Green Mile because
Shoujo?
they compared the dog to John Coffey. Like it may seem sweet all the time,
Oh,
but you never
yes.
know when it's going to turn.
You're right. You're right.
And then the dog tried to take it away and couldn't. Tried to take it back. God, it's been so long. And then bees flew out of its mouth.
It's like the fourth Simpsons reference. today.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I like The Simpsons, and you're here.
Yeah, I can't help it either. It is a syndrome. You know that, right?
Tell me more. I'd like to know more about this.
We were watching a show about the 80s the other day, and they were talking about how Matt Groening was trying not to give up Life in Hell, his comic
Yeah.
strip. He didn't want Fox to have that because that was
Right.
his fucking baby. He's like, I'll just make up this fucking disposable thing. They'll fucking ruin it, whatever. And it's
Boy, was he right.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that, like, all the people in the Simpson family are named after his family. Like, his dad's name is Homer, his mother's name is Marge, his sister's name is Lisa,
He lived on Lovejoy Street too,
something
and like
like
a bunch
that,
of shit
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But anyway, he was talking about how I just gave this thing to them to get them to shut the fuck up and leave me alone and not take Life in Hell. And turns out, here we are 35 years later or whatever. It's still going strong.
Have you ever read any Life in Hell?
Some of them, not
I've
a
wanted
lot.
to for a long time, but I never really have. It's been like a couple here and there,
Like if I'd go to my grandma's house and she takes the paper, so I would look at the comics and it
was in there?
that
Dude, I've
some- it's
never
in
seen
some
it in the
papers.
wild. That's awesome.
yeah, but like I think it's in Henderson.
That was
one.
always fun to like
Or
be
an
in another
Evansville
city
See
and
what-
on a
See what
Sunday and
comics
pick
they
up their
have?
comics.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
love
like,
doing that
what is
shit.
this?
Fucking- I'd go visit. My
Where's
grandparents.
Curtis?
My Dagwood. My Blondie. I'd go visit my grandma or my grandmother in Owensboro as well, and of course they were avid newspaper readers, and every Sunday morning, get that big comic section out. And,
Yes.
Ooh, we don't have this one. Or,
Yeah.
Or
That's
they
fun.
have a whole page of puzzles in this paper. Like a
What the fuck is
crossword
pearls
and-
before swine? This is horse shit.
crosswords and word searches and all this crap. I'm like, man, our fucking paper sucks.
I remember seeing the because I was a big Calvin and Hobbes fan
Yeah.
when it was, and still am, but when it was going on, and I remember our paper did like the condensed Sunday version because like Bill Watterson would do like essentially 2 disposable panels,
Right.
Because it's like some papers would just chop that shit off, but he wanted to do it, in a bigger format. And I remember seeing it for the first time in like a different city's paper where it was like the full thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, I knew it existed, but I've never fucking seen it
Nice.
in the wild.
My grandfather, my mom's dad, he was the one that lived in Owensboro. He and my mom's mom, and he would always read the comics first, and God, he thought Family Circus was the funniest fucking comic ever. I mean, that dude.
because it is.
He's
That
like
in BC.
this guy was like super short, and he looked like a scientist from the 1950s. I mean, he had the thick black glasses and the pocket protector, and he always wore a button-down short sleeve shirt and khaki trousers, and his hair was slicked back. You know, I mean, he looked like somebody, just the most stereotypical 50s guy you've ever met, right? But he would sit at that table and laugh his ass off at Family Circus, just like, I mean, Garfield didn't do shit for him, but Family Circus, that Jeffy must have just
I mean,
really
you're
pushed
either
some
a
buttons.
Family Circus scientist or you're a Garfield scientist. There's no in between.
That Venn diagram was two different circles.
Yeah, completely.
And he was a nice guy, but he was not much of a laugher. You know, you just never.
Well, he read
usually-
Family Circus.
But boy, when you want to see him laugh, just sit next to him at the kitchen table on Sunday morning. As soon as he'd get done with Family Circus, he'd go at it for a good 10 minutes, just chuckling.
Did you ever do the silly putty in the Sunday paper?
All the
God,
fucking
man,
time.
that's
I
good
loved
shit
it.
right there.
Ruined a lot of silly putty doing
Sure, yeah. Why is it gray immediately?
That's copyright infringement, Ian.
that. Oh, it is. I was pirating. I was
fuck.
pirating at a very early
Ian, would you
age.
download a car?
You wouldn't steal a purse, would you?
What's the speaking of stories? We weren't, but what's the story of Tuff E Nuff?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right. What should I read first? The game intro or the?
Dealer's choice.
Let's go. Let's look at the instruction booklet first. Introduction. Come on in and hurry. You're just in time to see the biggest event of the 22nd century. In case you're wondering, this is the Colosseum, or what's left of it. It is one of the few buildings left standing after the Great War of 2151, when warlords from 4 states took up arms against each other in a violent power struggle.
Okay, well, I want to pause for just a second. I'm sorry. What 4 states? What 4 states were left in the 2050?
Solid, liquid, gas, and magma.
So not Colorado?
You're right. It doesn't say anything like I mean, the fighters are all from like Japan, the U.S., Germany.
Do they mean countries?
Maybe they mean like
countries.
Yeah.
nation states that formed after the war from the people that were left over or something.
Neo
Maybe.
Chicago.
Neo
yeah,
Chicago.
something like that for sure. Yando, Japan.
Whole cities were reduced to rubble. After the dust settled, one warlord rose up to control the people with his evil powers. He was called Jade, the Fighting King.
All right, wait. I got to pause here. Are the powers evil, or is it just powers being used for evil? I don't
He says evil powers.
With great power comes at least Colorado and 3 other states.
Everything about the Fighting King is shrouded in mystery. No one knows who he is or where he came from, only that he rules the land with an iron fist. His headquarters are in a secret room at the top. That sounds like it's not such a secret place if you know where it's located.
Also, it's a room. You know what I mean? It's like a room. That's his. What are
You
your
just get the one.
What's your headquarters? I got a room.
It's a room up
You
there.
guys, this is my secret room. Stay out. It's at the top. 'Cause I'm the king of fighting. My room is at the top, and it's the best. And it's a secret.
There's a sign on the front that says "Top Secret, Stay Out." This means you.
No
Jade's
girls
room.
allowed.
Only
Jade's
one
room.
fighter at a time. Which is guarded by 6 more enemies with incredible fighting skills. The people live in fear and desperation, unable to defend themselves. No one, it seems, is strong enough to defeat the Fighting King and his enemies. Or allies, rather. I misspoke.
Well, does he really have? They're all enemies, right? Even his allies.
Everyone's
Yeah.
a
'Cause
fucking
he's
enemy.
evil.
You're
Yeah.
the fucking king. Everybody's against you.
Yeah.
And you're evil, yeah.
Many have entered the tower, but none have returned to tell about it.
Like,
Finally, help is on the way. 4 brave champions very expertly
Hold on.
coordinated.
Pause.
said-
Did you say trampions?
trampion.
Because you just
Trampions. Shit.
You invented a word that I love.
Actually,
So does that change what 4 states it is? Louisiana. Sorry, I was born there. I can say that.
Michigan, New Jersey.
And all the trailer parks molded into one trailer park.
The stacks.
The trailer park champion.
Yeah.
Finally, help is on the way. 4 brave champions have traveled from distant lands. Each a powerful warrior with strength and determination to end the reign of terror and restore peace to the land. There's just one tiny problem. Only one warrior can enter the tower at a time.
Roger Rabbit.
Our champions have decided to hold a series of matches among themselves to see who is the strongest. The winner will have the honor, if you can call it that, of challenging the Fighting King. So take a seat. The 4 champions are entering the arena, and the first match is about to start. Of course, you're welcome to enter the contest yourself. If you think you can beat the competition, then destroy the Fighting King and his merciless guards. How about it? Are you tough enough? Spelled correctly.
Oh yeah, we failed to mention this game is spelled TUFF space E space NUF.
It's spelled 90s.
Yeah, it's spelled like a tobacco product, like some kind of chaw.
Every time I hear chaw, I think of Doc Hollywood, the kid who can't go to the bathroom. What's what you been your daddy's chaw again? Give him some Sprite. And
My
don't
parents.
wake me up, Michael J. Fox.
My parents loved Doc Hollywood. I remember seeing it a bunch of times as a kid. Don't remember anything about it now,
I don't either, actually. I've seen it a long time ago, but
but they liked it. I remember them liking it.
Yeah.
So
it's hard not to like a Michael J. Fox movie.
yeah,
But now, at the beginning of the game, the story you get with pictures.
oh yeah. Well, I want to ask you this question before we get to the in-game story. So the 4 warriors of light, presumably, they
One's of evil, so
they decide we're gonna have a tournament, and then whoever wins gets to fight up the tower. Did like Jade agree to this, or did they like organize this independently? And they're like, can only one go in at a time? Why don't all 4 of them go in?
why don't we all rush him? Go up there and kill him.
Wait a
No.
minute. That's his rule. We don't have to fucking listen to that shit. Let's just go get this motherfucker.
Aren't we
Maybe
fighting
we
against his
deserve to
rules?
be enslaved
Right.
because we're killing each other to follow his rules to go up there.
That's exactly what he wants.
No, you guys, you stay down there only one at a time. Why don't you fight each other to see who's the best? That one looks like a pussy. I'm not saying which one, but I'm just saying one of you really
That
does. So you
one.
should go ahead and fight down there.
So what's the end game? What's the end game story? Are we looking for continuity screw ups? We're looking for plot holes between the two.
Well, I know
or-
at the very end of Zazi's ending,
Man, you saw endings. Good lord.
I looked up all for it. You don't get. I beat it on easy difficulty. You don't get an ending for that.
This is the ending that I saw. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
This is just I looked it up on YouTube. You're really gonna love it. All right, here we go. Eventually, it is normal level, final stage clear. Congratulations, you've beaten the meanest, toughest guys around. You're more than tough enough.
Yep.
Is that what you saw as well, or is it an actual story?
They're actual endings.
Oh my god!
I don't know what difficulty
Must have been on
you get 'em
hard
at.
or something.
Because
Yeah,
I looked them up on YouTube too. The 4 endings.
I think it. Is there a chance it was Dead Dance? Because
It could have been.
I think
It
they.
could
I
have
think
been.
they removed the endings from the North American
Okay.
release. At least that's what I was reading. I didn't watch enough of the Dead Dance videos to
Enough.
confirm that. Didn't watch enough. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Good lord, I can't believe I misspoke like that.
Missed it that much.
Because I know I watched because Zazi's ending in Dead Dance, he's evil and apparently rules a roaming band of barbarians. So he takes the power, does pretty much the same thing that the Fighting King does and enslaves the world.
So Zazie is the evil one?
Zazi's evil.
Because
yes.
I would have assumed that it was Vorts.
Vorts is
Vorts is the wrestler who looks like a shaved Zangief.
Yep.
And the reason that I thought it was Vorts is because you fight one of Jade's guardians named Gadget, who looks an awful lot like Vorts, but with a luchador mask on. So it's like, what's going on there?
and his ending in Dead Dance, they team up and teach all the world's children how to wrestle.
That's wholesome. I like that.
Yep.
How does he turn Vorts to the light side?
I don't know, because he just like the ending is them standing like side by side. And it's like, we have done good here. We must teach all the world's children how to do this. And then they taught all the world children how to wrestle.
That's a very Zangief ending too.
Yeah.
Like there is a Zangief ending. I can't remember what Street Fighter, but it's essentially Zangief hanging out with kids and obviously Gorbachev. But like,
Yeah.
And then what? CEO, which I look at that word and I read it like Uncle Roger whenever he reads, what does somebody make good egg fried rice? He goes, Fuyo! So I just see Suyo, which is Ryu. He's basically Ryu.
He's Ryu, yeah.
He and Zazie have they're
the Ryu and Ken.
Yep.
Yeah.
So out of the 4 characters, 2 are the same.
But like they both have Hadokens and they both have dragon punches.
Yep.
But it's like the dragon punch like has like a charge to it. So it's not like you do the dragon punch and you go straight up. It's like you move forward like 2 body lengths and then you go up, which is like kind of neat, but also super not what I'm used to and not what I want to do a lot of the time.
Right.
But then you don't have like hurricane kicks or anything like that. It's like that's what you got. You got these 2 things. Do your
These
best.
kids are spoiled nowadays with these hurricane kicks.
I mean, it is true, I guess.
And then Katono is basically a little faster, I guess, and she has more reach. Suyo is clad in red, Zazie's clad in blue, Katono is clad in green.
Yeah, she's the Green
and
Ranger.
Volts is in yellow. They're very color coordinated for their 4 states.
And Gadget is in black. He's the Black Ranger.
Yep.
That's why they team up at the end, I guess.
And then my favorite character, Beans, the American, who's basically E Honda. He has E Honda's 100-hand slap.
He's E Honda if Ruby Rod from Fifth Element was whitewashed. Because that's what he looked like to me. Also, when you're fighting all these enemies, they list where they're from, their age, and their weapon. Do you recall what the weapon was for Beans?
I don't.
American Sack.
Yes, American Sacks.
American Sack.
Okay.
He fought with his fists and his feet.
I didn't see. So it's his gumption.
Maybe
American
it's his sack.
sack.
He's sacked up in an American way.
Yeah.
Man, sacked up in an American way. I like that. That's the subtitle of a Duke Nukem game.
Because CO has bare fists, Zazie is bare fists, Katono is ninja sword and
ninja daggers.
ninja dagger.
Mhm.
Vorts is great strength.
Yeah, his weapon is great strength. He's 31.
Gadget is also great strength.
Yeah.
Beans is American sack.
American sack.
My sack of American beans. Siru has like metal feet or something.
Zero is ninja sword. He's Shredder.
He's the samurai.
sword.
He looks
He's
like
the samurai.
Shredder.
He's
Yeah,
the
okay.
samurai. The
He's
one
hard.
Ray is the pretty boy Bishonen, who his weapon is iron shoes.
Iron shoes.
Yeah.
K's is like the Voldo, the fucked up weird one. Where
That
like
has the really long metal
from the elbows
arms.
The
is cut
weapon
off to
arms.
have like the long metal
Yeah,
arms.
he's the one I can't beat. I save stated after I beat him in one round just so I could
Pick up the next
pick
round.
up round
Yeah.
2 each time and not have to keep fighting him because I was having a lot of trouble with him.
Yeah, he's kind of tough.
He's just got that long reach, and then he's got that one move where he makes this electrical field that goes from top to bottom.
It's unblockable as far as I could
Can't
tell.
do anything about it, and it keeps pushing you back.
Which is super. It's really annoying
And
that you
he-
can't block this.
Well, and he's got that jet thing too, where he like does the almost like the square kick, like he just jumps up and some jets fire behind him and he just rams into you.
Yeah.
And you can block it, but
And he's big too.
He's
I mean,
a
he's
big
not.
guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. And he's got crazy reach, which is what makes him.
yeah, so
insane.
if you try to jump at him, forget about it.
Zero also with the sword, crazy reach.
Yeah, that guy. He would always. I noticed more on him with the sword that stutter than anyone else because
Yeah.
he would do a fast sword slash and then stop, and I'd hit him and he'd pause, and then that fight was very, very weird.
Yeah.
And then of course Jade looks like if Andore from Final Fight was clad in like Sentinel armor.
He looks like Biff Tannen in Power Armor, which is like, and like when I was streaming this, I was playing as Ryu, of course. So I'm playing as whatever his name is, CO, and who looks like Marty McFly because he's got this red vest on. And he's got like futuristic looking boots, and it's like, all right. So he's fighting Biff Tannen in Power Armor on the roof of the casino.
That can't be accidental.
It can't be.
Also, that's a really good concept. We need a Back to the Future beat 'em up.
Please.
Let's do that.
And instead of health, you have photographs of yourself and
it
the
just starts
fading.
fading away.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn.
God, we have got to do that.
Damn, Dave. Trademark.
And it's all about going
Trademark
back.
on there. Trademark it Back to the Future.
You just keep going back in time to fight them as babies. That's how that's always how it works. That's the fatality.
There's a level where Doc Brown flies in above you, and he flies over you, and you got to get to the end of the stage and climb up the flags, the little colored flags.
Yeah.
To get away.
What's our roster look like for the Back to the Future fighting game? Marty, of course.
Marty.
Palette swap Jennifer, so you can be both Jennifers.
Fuck, God, I love that.
Yes. Doc Brown.
Of course, yeah, Doc Brown.
Yeah.
All the Tannins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
right.
or yeah, all the different tannins, and then
Old Tannen with his cane like Scrooge McDuck.
Marty's mom. And,
he's waxing things. he's the dad of this game. He's just super underpowered.
but he's weak. Because he's like
Totally.
he's like totally submissive now.
Absolutely.
So but if you can get him out there and use him, he's very effective, but he's very weak.
I think it's the ultimate shame if that's like the one you don't want to lose to. If someone's playing, like they've mastered the game,
Yeah.
they play as old Biff. They call it an old Biff.
Marty's parents,
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
All versions.
As one
including
unit?
the ups. No, well,
they're like
you
Ice
pick
Climber.
all versions, and then including the one where he's upside down.
Oh, perfect.
So what isn't the dad? What's his name? Christopher or
Crispin Glover
Crispin Glover. Because he's in the first one, but he's not in the second one,
or the third one.
and they just use his likeness, and he sued
He
and
sued
won.
him, yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't. He couldn't. I don't remember what happened. There was something to do with the way he was paid or something, and he just wouldn't agree to be in it. And they had to look alike, basically.
Yep.
And you notice in the second movie, you never actually see him. They use the scenes where he's fighting Biff and stuff. It's like from a distance, so you can't tell that it's not him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a bad deal. But anyway,
Nails. Nails is
Fucking Nails, yeah.
the mid boss villain.
Okay, all right. I like this.
is that Billy Zane? Is that him?
He's the one who challenges him to the race, and then in the future he's the one who has him.
the flea.
Yeah.
I forgot that was his name.
The Wild Gunman arcade machine. That's a playable character.
The
No, that's a mini
Jaws
game.
movie hologram.
No, that's a mini game.
Okay, fair enough. Or you can use it as a weapon. You can pull one of the guns off.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
there you go. One of the levels, Biff keeps trying to hit you with his car.
Absolutely.
He's coming from behind. And you got to
Absolutely.
fight your way before he hits you with the car.
Dodge the manure.
And
It's like in
then
Street
you
Fighter
dodge
where
the
you're breaking the
manure,
barrels.
and then he runs into the manure.
Right.
and that's how you beat him in that level.
Unless you're playing as old Biff.
Right.
I'm thinking
Mayor Goldie.
Mayor Goldie. Nice
That'd
pull.
be him.
I'm seeing a very 90s mini game to where you're on the train and you see the fire and there's a reticule going side to side. You have to time it perfectly to throw each colored thing in the fire to make the train go faster.
All right.
And if you miss, it bounces off and you start slowing down and you're about to hit the,
All right. I
go
like
to the
this.
chasm.
There's a carnival scene with ZZ Top playing. From the third movie. They go to the little carnival. ZZ Top is playing.
The third movie. Okay, so I like Back to the Future 3. A lot of people shit on Back to the Future 3.
I love that movie.
I like Back to the Future
I do
3.
too.
But here's what happens. And I was talking to Grim about this like about a month back because we were talking about Back to the Future. Here's what I'll do. Every time I want to watch Back to the Future, I'm like, I'm going to watch the trilogy. And then I watch the first movie, and then I watch the second movie, and then I'm like, man, I really want to watch the third movie, but fuck, man, it's like 3 a.m, so I guess I should go to bed.
You got to start that shit early if you want to get through it all.
And 1 and 2 kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it kind of completes an arc. I know it doesn't really, but it's like 1 and 2 is like, okay, that's enough. It's not that I don't like 3, I do. It's just 3 just kind of always gets kind of.
It's very different. Yeah,
it is different, and I like it. I think it's great. I loved it as a kid.
It's
like
different,
Turtles
but it
3.
isn't.
It's very different.
I've never seen Turtles 3, where they go
Turtles
back in
3
time
is-
to feudal Japan. Yeah.
I
It was like an age where I was still into Turtles, but I heard it was bad, and it was like I don't really want to I don't want this to tarnish my Turtles feel, you know. So I never saw it.
I'll watch any of them anytime. I don't necessarily have to watch them
No, I'd watch them in
together.
order. I'm weird, and it's like
I mean, I would watch them in order anytime. But if Back to the Future 3 happens to be on, I'll watch it.
Which is what happened to me as a kid. I remember I always talk about those like free HBO weekends and shit. And like I remember one summer it was Back to the Future 3, and I remember watching Back to the Future 3 over and over again. And I don't think I got to record that one. I don't know what. Maybe we didn't have the VCR or whatever, but bummer.
yeah, this is a video game that needs to happen.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I want the Game of Thrones 2D fighting game as well. Like
There was that
is
mock-up
super
that guy did
mock-up
like a
looked
long time
amazing.
ago.
I
Yeah,
want
it looked
that.
great.
That looked like Marvel's Capcom 2 style,
Yeah.
but with all the Game of Thrones characters.
Do you think the time is like I feel like if that was gonna happen, like it needed to happen.
It needed to happen like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's like, oh man, I can't believe we invested time of our lives in that.
I know I am.
I didn't finish it because like we
I didn't either.
yeah, we lost access to HBO, so it was like, I can't.
Yeah, we finished it, but it was not good.
Yeah.
And I was reading the books. I read all the books that are out there, and now I'm not going to finish those either. I don't care if he fucking publishes them tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because I would have to.
He won't. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I would have to reread them to get fucking refreshed because it's totally different than the show.
yeah.
Mostly different than the show. And I'm not going to do that.
I never
It's like,
finished
no,
A
you're not.
Feast for Crows. That's kind of
Feast
where
of Crows is a weird one
that's where I
compared to
kind
the
of
others.
fell off, and yeah.
No, I'm out. Sorry.
I liked what I read, and I liked what I saw, so I feel like I did it the perfect way.
Yeah. You went out on a high note, then you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Well, what? I think that's all the characters, and then the CO's ending is reused. Like, well, I now have to go find stronger people. Bye. And then Katono, I need to keep training to honor my father. That's it.
So you're saying a lot of thought went into it.
Oh,
is
so
what-
much thought. So much thought into this Street Fighter clone.
Cool. I'm gonna have a controversial. I'm gonna say a controversial opinion. I don't think this is a bad game. I think this is a.
There are worse clones.
I think this is a pretty. Honestly, I think this is better than Killer Instinct.
Ooh, that is a controversial opinion.
Killer Instinct does not hold up whatsoever, in my opinion. This game, I feel like, is still playable today. I think Killer Instinct relied heavily on 3D, a thing that the Super Nintendo really
Didn't do
well. All that stuff was pre-rendered. So yeah, I mean, I honestly think that this is a pretty okay fighting game with a lackluster roster.
I mean, I'll backstep a little. I enjoyed it okay. It was just it didn't flow very well for me. But
Sure.
I mean, I made it through plenty of fights, and I had every intention of just continuing. I just ran out of time. I didn't have time to play.
I think it's a good looking
all right.
game. I think the sprites
time
all
waster.
look good.
Yeah.
The sprites all have a beat 'em up feel to it, which makes sense because they're doing the Russian
Really,
beat saga.
that's why it's so different. You're right. It absolutely does.
I didn't think it was bad. I do wish that you could play as more characters. You can with a code. You put in a code, you can play as any of the characters. But I mean, it's like, why don't you just have it'd be
Just have
nice.
them out
Just
there.
have an open roster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that gives you more replayability.
Yeah.
Right then and there, because now you've got 16 characters to choose from
Sure.
instead of 4.
And I think the reasoning is that those 6 guardians are more powerful than the 4 that you start with. I mean, as we saw, going up against K's and all that madness.
I get that. It's just,
But
I
still,
was surprised. A, I was surprised that it was a fighting game, and B,
Yeah.
very surprised that there were only 4 fighters to choose from. I was like,
yeah,
ugh.
I was disappointed that it was a fighting game for sure because I was ready for a beat 'em up.
Me too.
But I didn't want to hold that against it. I think
No.
I think the music's really good. Like honestly, I think the
Music is
music's
good.
good.
Music is good.
I think the background stages, like I think all that looks really nice. I think I was really surprised with the presentation. The thing that just knocks it down for me is the lack of special moves because there's not a lot. The 4 characters, and that whole
That stutter
the
thing,
stutter.
yeah.
I got used to it, but like when I first started playing it, it was like,
Is there something wrong?
is there something
Yeah.
wrong? Yeah. And it's nice to like, that's one of those things where if I had been playing this on an emulator, I guarantee you I'd have been like, man, is there something wrong with the emulator or like, so it's because it felt weird. It didn't feel good because it's trying to be Street Fighter so much and Street Fighter's very fluid and does not do that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
that's a weird decision. But I honestly think this is a decent fighting game. It's hard to recommend because Street Fighter 2 exists, and it's like between the two of them, I mean, definitely play Street Fighter 2.
and Mortal Kombat.
It's-
1 and 2 are both
Yeah.
things. So
It's 2021. Street Fighter 2 is very accessible, so I mean, I don't know.
Again, one of those things that I think just made it to the Switch library, online SNES library, just because, it's a little taste of this, a little different,
Sure.
something you probably never got much time with as a kid or whatever. And again, I'm with you. I don't know that I would recommend it. If you want to play Street Fighter, play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But it was all right.
Yeah.
I did not hate it. I'm like you. I had a few little bugaboos that I didn't care for, but overall, I mean, it was a fighting game and it was all right.
They make weird decisions, and it's like, that is kind of like, it's fun to like certainly dunk on that shit because
Yeah.
it's like, that's a lot of fun. But like mainly the character designs and the names, like it's clear they didn't have like
names are weird.
the level of like, I guess, quality assurance that Capcom did with Street Fighter 2. Like it feels like this could have been a lot better if
We
they
can afford storyboarders as opposed to just like designers do whatever you want.
Right,
What do
yeah.
you think is cool? Vorts.
Right, yeah, all right, yeah, it is. It's like the first name that like falls out of somebody's mouth.
What's
like, all right.
evil? Zazie.
Got it. All right, I'm perfect. Excellent, Eric. Writing it down.
Or they asked their 4-year-old,
we didn't
say
talk-
something mean. Zazie.
Zazie.
We didn't talk about Dolph.
Dolph, you're right.
Dolph was the military guy with the missile launcher.
Who is Rolento from Final Fight in the Street Fighter
Yeah,
series?
I didn't
He
even-
just is.
That didn't occur to me, but yes, you were right.
Yeah, instead of a baton, he like uses his rocket launcher as that baton.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He rides in on a missile,
Yeah.
which I think is
That was neat. That was a cool thing.
That's how he enters the stage via missile.
Keeps his bazooka on his side. Yep.
Yeah.
I had no problem with him.
No,
Yeah, no,
he
he
was
was
pretty easy.
kind of
But
breezy.
that block move with that bazooka was kind of tough to overcome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a bazooka.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
It's a
do?
big metal pipe.
Did you guys have any achievements?
I didn't.
I have a couple that came in from Twitch chat. First achievement: Scruff Mick Gruff. In order to unlock Scruff Mick Gruff, score 60652 points in combat. Take a bite out of crime. That came from Nick P7186, aka Plinko Nick. Next achievement is Tuff E Muff. In order to unlock Tuff E Muff, give oral pleasure while playing Tuff Enough. and that came in from Bovine Bear Matt. Tuff E Nuff sounds like the third evolution. Like it's like after Wigglytuff, it's like Tuff E Nuff, and it's like there are no more evolutions after that.
Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Tuff Enough.
Thank you, Wiggly. Yeah, because they're done. It's like you're done. That's it. It's Tuff E Nuff. You can't get any tougher than that.
It's good.
Or why would you?
My high school girlfriend, I called her vagina Jigglypuff, and when she was on her period, we called it Wigglytuff. so now that it's no longer a thing, I guess it's tough enough.
Tough enough.
It's tough enough.
It's tough enough.
I don't want it anymore.
Third achievement I have is Snesketeer is born. In order to unlock Snesketeer is born, skip playing this awful game and come up with a stream gimmick instead. And that came in from Lord Mike of Purdue. So, Micah, thank you. Tyler, do you have any achievements?
I've got one. I've got Fuyo! Suyo! Just because I really like Uncle Roger. I recommend everybody go watch Uncle Roger on YouTube. That's just, you beat the game as Suyo.
All right, awesome. Do we have favorite characters? Like, I know, like, I just played as the Ryu clone.
I played as the Chun-Li.
Yeah.
That's the only one I played as.
Clone.
So, all right.
I
So, no,
didn't
the
care to
answer
keep
is
playing.
no. We don't have
I like this game enough to beat it, but not enough to beat it with every
all the
character.
characters. Yeah.
I did my run through. It was okay. Got all the information I needed to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm good. That's all I got.
I got some questions for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how much is this game? Tough enough. Hey, punk, are you tough enough? Master the moves to master me. If you were to buy it loose, how much would you pay for it?
$8.50.
$8.50 for me in. Tyler,
$17.
$17. Actual retail value of Tough Enough for the Super Nintendo, loose on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording is $14.99. Is it worth $14.99?
For a collector.
For a collector, yeah.
I
But
think
it's
so.
on Switch Online, so if you got a Switch.
If you got a Switch, pay $20, get the annual subscription, and just play it there.
Yeah.
But if you're collecting, I think it'd be worth
It's
it.
not a bad. Yeah, I do. Like, if I saw this out in the wild, I probably wouldn't like go on eBay and be like, all right, I'm gonna buy Tough Enough for $14.99 plus shipping. But if I was at like the local retro gaming shop and I saw it on the shelf for like $14, it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy this because I'm here and it's there and I don't have it. So, do you guys think this game belongs on Tadpog's top 100?
I doubt it.
I
I
don't.
think it's in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think it belongs either. And
It's in that
Slightly
void.
slightly to the higher side of middle.
Yeah.
And I know that I know what I said about Killer Instinct earlier. And I'm not saying Killer Instinct should not be in the top 100 because that game is iconic. Like, that is like, I feel like Killer Instinct is like a pop culture video game icon from that era.
Sure.
And that has a lot of weight to it. So I just wanted to get in front of, or get behind that, I guess, because that was a minute ago. What do you,
Fulgler and Sable War for fucking Agana game. Cinder and Glacius, Cinder's comic.
look, I like that.
Orchid, you looked at Orchid's tits whenever she won, whenever she did that little stance whenever she won.
What do you guys think Flopsy has to say about this game? What do you think the rating is for Tough Enough?
I will say they probably gave it 3 stars.
I will agree. 3.
It is. You guys are right on the money. Yeah, it is. It's 3 stars. And I feel like that's honestly
That's fair.
a fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair estimate. Yeah.
It's out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
I think that's
Out of 15.
What's the rarity of this one?
This is uncommon.
Okay.
So again, that kind of makes $15. Like, all right, that's not too bad. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
Do you remember that College Humor joint, Street Fighter, the after years?
I
or
do.
The later years.
It was really good. Yeah.
It was. But they were, the way those characters looked, though, so I'd have to give it the beard of Zangief from College Humor's Street Fighter. The later
Okay.
years.
All right. Perfect. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I'd give it the eye patch of Sagat from Street Fighter.
I thought you were going to say King Bradley.
King Bradley. You're right. It's not that good.
That is true.
I would have had to really like this game.
That is a good point. That's what I want. Let's get a Full Metal Alchemist 2D fighting game. That'd be badass,
God
wouldn't it?
damn it. Yeah.
I have some more questions for you if you guys are interested.
Okay.
I have a quiz.
Can you imagine Roy Mustang's level 4 like finishing move? Just yeah. All right.
And like the whole like special move time thing is built in because some people have to draw circles, some people don't. I don't know, man. Seems like it would be pretty good.
Yep.
Why didn't it exist? I need to look it up to see if it actually did and like we didn't get it or I didn't hear about it.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Missed opportunity. Square Enix was involved in the production of Full Metal, so it's like
it could have been a 2D fighter on DS, and whenever you had to like stop and use the stylus to draw.
You gotta draw the transmutation circle with the stylus. Oh my god!
That's in the Castlevania's Dawn of Sorrow. They do that.
Yeah, that's like the magic system, right?
Yeah, but
You have to seal a boss away. You have to draw the pentagram, whatever that they use to seal it away.
Yeah, but don't try that shit on a DS emulator like they did with Mean
With
Girls.
Mean
'cause
Girls?
That shit just doesn't work.
Listen to our last episode, Mean Girls, everybody. Then you'll understand. I have a quiz from Ross entitled "Retie Me Up, Daddy, the Squeakquel." And Ross begins. I can't believe I missed the Mean Girls quiz tie-in. Well, this one we'll just have to do. Much like the last tie-in quiz, this features movie tie-ins released on the DS in North America.
Damn.
Ouch.
I can't believe you are still ignoring the milking questions, Ross.
Oh, I don't know if he has an update in here, but I have an update.
Okay, good. All right, never mind, Ross.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
fine.
Well, I'm gonna get to the end of it, and then remind me for the milking update.
Okay.
Ross continues. It's been another fairly quiet week, though I did wake up this morning and it was still dark out, which means it's bastard hard to get out of bed. It is. I hate it when
Yeah.
it's still fucking dark and I have to like get ready for work and yeah.
Bastard hard.
Bastard
hard.
Harder than
Piss
a piss boner.
boner hard.
Yeah.
What also makes it hard to get out of bed is my new pillow. I was looking for a body pillow, as I usually have my head on one end of a normal pillow and the other pulled against my chest. But they are super expensive. Even cheap shit ones with no anime girl titties on them. Those are just covers, Ross. You just buy the covers and put it on any
body pillow.
It'll work. And trust me, we know.
I'll give you some. I still have those fucking Necroparo ones somewhere.
It's got to be pal.
Hidden from all light around here somewhere.
I love the juxtaposition of piss jugs in your room, anime body pillows hidden in a dark like
Just jammed somewhere. Sauce cups and oatmeal cream pie wrappers.
Mine are not hidden. They're in the drawer in my bedside. And if Henry ever asks what they are, I'll just tell him that they're anime body pillows.
Here's an episode of 30 Rock. You'll understand.
Yeah. And it's like, but these are never on your pillow. It's like, yeah.
No, that's right.
Do you want them? Here.
Yeah, here you go. Knock yourself out.
Take one to grandma's.
You're right. Yeah. Wear it as a Halloween costume. I'll cut some armholes out the side.
Eye holes.
What are you supposed to be? A sexy ghost?
Meow meow. Master gives Vanilla some candy.
Dude, you said meow meow, and it reminded me of something I meant to ask you guys last episode. So my mom was over at our house, and we had a nice visit. She hung out with Henry. They played. We talked about like family stuff, and then she's about to leave, and she says, out of the blue, when a cat meows in a commercial, do you ever meow back?
Uh-huh.
And it was like, oh my God.
Shady Pines, Mom.
Right. Yeah. Hello. And I was like, no. And she says, well, I do.
Dad, fuck COVID. Come home.
Yeah,
Come on.
right. Mom's super lonely, man. You gotta fucking like.
She's meowing at the TV, Dad.
And she said that she asked my sister if she does, and she does too. So apparently it's genetic, but only carries through on like
Just the female
the
genes.
female. It's the female
Yeah.
gene.
Did she learn that from your mom though?
Probably. It's
So-
probably learned behavior.
Yeah. And now Henry's gonna probably do it.
He didn't seem to really latch on to that.
No?
But I think it might also be because he's like, what's a cat food commercial?
Well, yeah.
That's a good point. He probably would if he ever saw a cat food
Right.
commercial.
I mean, if a cat meowed in his fucking ad for whatever free app his YouTube is showing him, he might. But
Yeah, that's something I've never heard of.
yeah. Yeah, me
so-
neither. Yeah, I was a little worried.
No. Well, I mean, maybe be a little worried. I don't know.
It's like, next time my next physical, I'm going to be like, look, my mom said that she meows at cats on TV. Like, is there like, shouldn't I be worried? Like, do I need to start getting affairs in order?
Sir, have you seen The Notebook?
Oh no.
I haven't. Does someone meow at somebody in the Notebook?
No, it's about
Oh, is it like
Alzheimer's,
Oh,
memory
yeah.
loss. You know,
Yeah.
it's really sad.
Yeah, because that's a fucking really sad disease.
Yeah.
Ross
My
continues.
greatest fear.
Me too.
Yeah, I get it. And my neighbor, he had it, and boy, watching it, like, I mean, obviously he doesn't live in the same house as us, but I mean, there are times where like our neighbor would come over and be like, have you seen my husband? He's not in the house.
Ooh.
And it's like, no. And eventually,
I don't think he's in our house. But let me go check.
yeah, so she put a fence in the backyard,
Yeah.
and then she like fenced in her porch, essentially because he would just like
Fucking
leave because he would
do that.
He would wake up and be like, "Where the fuck am I?" and then leave.
God.
And it's like, how fucking scary is that shit?
It's fucking terrifying.
Well, Melissa's grandfather, years and years ago, he since, dementia and has passed, but one of the last things they did before they really restricted him was he just got in his truck and just drove off. And they had all of like the county out trying to find
Looking
him.
for him.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandfather did that once, but he was just really drunk.
He was just drunk.
Just super drunk and got lost in the woods for 2 days. He got super drunk, wandered into the woods of Mississippi, and didn't emerge for 2 days.
My dad, I'm worried about my dad in that regard too, because for the longest time, he's had this habit of repeating himself. And it's gotten to the point, like every year on my birthday, he tells me the same story, like I've never heard it before. And I mean, I don't think he's just
It's
doing
not a
it as a
tradition?
tradition. I think
Yeah.
he's just doing it because he thinks he's never told me this story before.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't recall an episode that we all recorded remotely. And
Well,
that
that's
That
true.
was like a year ago.
That happened.
So,
But he will do it, and he'll do it sometimes in the same conversation. So, like this past week, he fell off the steps and hit his head like super fucking hard,
fuck.
and had to go to the hospital. And he had like a small brain bleed.
Jesus.
Wow.
He's okay. They kept him overnight, checked him out. They sent him home the next day, and they said, this is normal. You've just got to not stress. Don't take any Advil or any blood thinners or whatever. Just
Sure.
relax. And my stepmom's like keeping an eye on him. He didn't break any bones or anything, but he's afraid of heights. He doesn't like to admit it. He doesn't even like to admit it to himself. And so for his whole life, he refuses to hold fucking handrails when he goes down steps as a way of
Just to prove something?
proving something.
Yeah.
Well, they have this bonus room up above the garage where they watch TV.
That's where the headquarters are.
Yeah, that's
Jade.
where the secret room
Yeah.
or the headquarters. He went downstairs to go pee or something, and he missed a step.
Yeah.
And went pow. He said, "I didn't even remember falling."
Shit.
He didn't break any bones. Like say, he was all right.
Ugh.
He woke up in the hospital,
Ugh.
like he was blacked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they called. Of course, Cindy came down, called an ambulance.
God.
Got him out. I thought he was, and he calls me the day. He calls me the next day after he's home, and I'm like, "Wait, what? Why the fuck have I not heard about this yet?"
Well,
and I understood
probably didn't wanna worry
at
you,
the time.
and
They
you-
didn't want to worry me
Yeah.
because if I had heard that, I'd have been in my truck
Right.
driving
Right.
balls out to Nashville. You know, because when Tanya and I had our car wreck, that's what they did. They
Yeah.
drove right up. And he's all right. But while he was telling me about falling, he told me the exact same story 3 times in a row. Is it because of the head trauma?
I would say probably.
But that's the kind of shit he does when he's not got head
Yeah.
trauma, you know? So just shit like that worries me.
I think he gets a pass for like
That
a few
one-
weeks, right?
on that one for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, he does this shit all the time. And I don't know. I'm just paranoid that there's something
No, I
wrong
get
and
it. Trust me. I get it.
Anyway, sorry.
I hope he feels
He's doing all
better.
right. I've checked in on him. He's okay.
Good.
He sounded fine when I talked to him, aside from repeating himself
right.
3 times. He sounded fine and he was lucid. I don't think he's allowed to drink right now. He likes the little martini action at night, kind of like my bourbon.
Yeah.
He has a little gin.
Well, nightcap.
All right.
I don't think he's having a little gin these
No.
next couple weeks because
Yeah.
he's not supposed to thin out his blood.
Right.
So
Yeah.
But I have all the faith in the world that my stepmom is
Making
on
sure he doesn't
him.
drink.
She
Yeah.
is. She is. Well, and I told you that he was going to Las Vegas, right, for this
Right.
thing.
Right.
He had gone to that and come back, and I was all worried about him getting COVID.
Yep.
Well, he didn't. They tested him for COVID when he was at the hospital, and
All
he
right.
was negative.
So there's a win.
There's a win.
Yeah, there's a win. And like with the guardrails, like
Yeah, don't touch those guardrails.
know.
So he's right. That's what saved him.
well, it's like
You're probably right. Ironically,
at Dragon Con, anytime I'm at Dragon Con and I'm like going down a bunch of steps, which happens a lot, I'm like, man, if I fucking slip, I'm gonna it's gonna be
We're going
nasty
down.
because I'm not touching it. Like I've got my hand like hovering over the guardrail
Just
in case something happens.
Yeah.
It's like Josh Nance with cosplayers. Just hover hands on the guardrail.
But I mean, this is all like I haven't been to Dragon Con during
Yeah,
COVID,
yeah.
of course.
But it's still nasty.
But it's
as
still
fuck.
like, yeah, I don't want to get sick, and like people like, yeah, are nasty and like,
I always hate when someone fucking does a thing where they're like, well, we swabbed this handrail and found
Right.
vaginal secretions and feces and urine and semen and blood. And it's like, what the fuck?
man, you had me at vaginal excretion.
Yeah. But anyway, he didn't get COVID, so at least there's that.
That is good.
Yep.
But he was in his house, so hold on to the fucking handrail, Dad.
Yeah,
it's okay,
when
man.
you're in your own house.
You're 70. I think he's like, I
Man,
still don't know how old he is.
you
I
should
think
have
he's
been
like
like-
73 or 74. He should be holding the damned handrail because those steps are steep. They are
Clearly,
steep.
clearly.
Like, I don't like walking up and down those fucking things because they are damn near vertical. It's just one of those things where they had to sort of shoehorn a stairwell in there
Yeah.
to get to that bonus room. And they're carpeted. Like, they've got that carpet runner up
yeah.
the middle. But yeah, I have trouble with those steps. And there's a lot of them. So I don't know how the fuck far down he got or what. But yeah, he was just, doing his thing, running down the steps. And then next thing you know, he's in the fucking hospital.
When you
So-
talk to him, you should have been like,
Wait a minute. Did I just tell that story 3 times in a row? Shit.
maybe.
Yep, man. Yep.
Shit.
You should have said.
Are we here or are we doing this remote?
Shady Pines, Ian.
You should have said, man, I'm sorry that this happened, but like, you're a total badass and didn't use that handrail though, right? Because you're not scared of heights.
You're not using that fucking handrail, are you? But anyway, he's all right. So
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Ross continues. What also makes it hard to get out of bed is my new pillow. All right. Okay. So he's looking for the body pillow, not cheap shit ones. I assume body pillows were full length, but apparently not. Anyway, I saw a maternity pillow for heavily pregnant women being sold
Little J. Yeah.
at a very reasonable 10 pounds with a cover. And the best part of it, it is 12 feet long.
wow.
You could sew 2 anime girl pillowcases together and human centipede that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking anime girl, you can put a Lapras from Pokemon on that thing.
That's right. 12 feet long. I've seen pregnant women. Nikki was pregnant at one time. She never grew to be 12 feet.
Maybe this because you can
Took me too long to get there.
wrap it around you.
I guess.
Lengthwise.
Like a boa constrictor?
Was it-
or like below your feet, like in a U. Like you just make the big pillow
Like it's
into
a swing?
U. When lay in it, like flat on the bed,
Uh-huh.
a U, and then you just get in the empty spot of the U.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Stop. The letter.
Well, I recently, probably like, months ago, finally it was a body pillow I'd had since college. And Melissa hated it. It was flat and gross, but like my body had
Not 12
conformed
feet
to it.
long.
Not 12 feet long. It wasn't quite the length of my body, but it finally gave up the ghost, got rid of it. I was like, I got to buy a new body pillow. So I was like, I want a big fucking body pillow.
This was recently?
This was a few months ago.
Okay.
So I went and I ordered the biggest one I could find on Amazon.
Okay.
It was like 12, 14 feet. Like it was fucking enormous. I was like, hell yeah. All right. Awesome. And it was a little tall for me, but it's like, okay, this will work. This is good. But when I toss and turn so much, I've got an extra 6 feet of body pillow that I'm just like having to throw and contort and thrash and flop all over the bed that I gave it to one of the girls. I don't know where it is now. It's going to be also tucked up somewhere with the anime girl body pillow somewhere. And I got one that's like 8 feet now. That's perfect.
That's perfect?
That's perfect.
Now, let me ask you a question. This is important. I'm glad that you found something that works for you. How difficult was it to find these products?
Just go to Amazon.
So, I mean, our healthcare is shit, Ross, but we can get body pillows any fucking time we want.
For like $20 a piece.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
man. How soon did it arrive?
2 days. man.
Shit, look at that.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just trade off.
Am I happy with my decision?
Hey, Ian,
Yo.
it's a big U.
It's a
big
me?
U.
A big me?
Yeah.
Now,
Stop.
how does that fucking feel?
I love it because I don't get
I would love a giant Ian, a 16-foot Ian body pillow
No, don't give anyone ideas. No.
with cat girl ears and everything.
This is the largest Ian pillow that I can afford.
Price of Ian pillows go through the fucking roof.
5.
There we go.
Nice.
Kinda. That was a stretch,
this
but I
is the-
appreciate
okay.
it.
Are you making fun of me for the size of my body pillow?
What we just did was role playing, and I was me, and you were Henry, and you did it fucking perfect.
Oh, good. Good.
When you said stop, like, I mean, it was just like, it was like I was back home.
I've known you longer than Henry has, so I get you. I know you
What you're saying is I've been a dad my entire life.
pretty much.
Fuck. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah. No, nothing wrong with
I
that.
was meant for the role. And then Ross says it's a big U, and you put your head on the curved bit, and the long bits press up to you like you are both a big and little spoon.
Oh.
I mean, that's how Ross uses it, but I think it's supposed to curl around your belly. Like, you're supposed to do it the other way.
Yeah,
Like, you hold the long part, and that other part curls between your legs around your belly.
like back between the taint.
Between the pregnancy taint.
Yeah, the pregnancy taint.
Taint.
That's my favorite paint color at Sherwin-Williams.
It's the dark child gate pregnancy taint.
So wait, okay, if I had a 12-foot long body pillow, I'm thinking about because we're talking about the anime girl pillowcases. Do they make like a Beetlejuice one where like he turns into the snake railing?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because that would be a good one for that.
Yeah,
Or
like
just
the
or a
sandworm.
sandworm.
A sandworm? That would be pretty fucking good too.
A trimmer.
So does
A
that mean
graboid.
Graboid.
Yeah.
if you lay your head on the curve, does that mean you're not using other pillows? This is your one and only pillow?
I don't
See, I
know.
don't know if I'd like that.
I would like a body
I think it would
pillow.
get hot.
Because like when Nikki gets out of bed in the morning and I stay in there for one more hour, I'm like, this sucks. Because it's like, I'm just like, I don't know what to do with my arms. I'm just like flopping around.
I'm not a cuddler.
Sleeping holding 2 cups.
Right?
I'm not much of a cuddler, so I like
Oh,
my
man.
space.
Oh God, I
so,
got to.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah,
So I don't think I'd dig on a body pillow personally.
probably not. That's good though. You don't have to spend the $12
Right.
and go through the great effort that Ross went through.
Well, see, because I have my 8-foot long body pillow. That's the base. That's on bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I have Lumpy. Lumpy is my head pillow. It's the only head pillow I'm comfortable with. So it works. I got Lumpy on my head. Then I've got my 8-foot tall body pillow. So then I've got another smaller, but like a 5-foot tall body pillow on top of that.
Okay.
So then I have an extra large, extra fluffy pillow on top of that, and then a flat, like shitty ass cheap pillow on top of that. Because I don't like my shoulders to collapse in. so I have to have it tall enough that my shoulders are fully expanded. So that's why it looks like I'm sleeping with a very large man. And I turn side to side, and it's really bad for Melissa because she never knows where I am if I'm facing
Right.
toward her. She can't see me
Right.
at all.
You're your pillow for it.
So like, if she's asleep and I don't wake her up when I go to work, she'll turn over and like reach to the pillows whenever I'm there or not. She doesn't know.
It's like a Legends of the Hidden Temple game.
Right? Find the Tyler.
I wonder, could you get like a W?
Sometimes a guy wants out and grabs her, and if she doesn't have the pendant to give him, then she's got to go away.
Yeah, but that you can soak that up on Craigslist. That's not a big deal. Can you like get a WNBA player pillowcase for the 8-foot body pillow?
Probably.
I hope so. Get a Minute Bowl body pillow.
Yeah, that's gotta exist.
I'm glad you enjoyed my Minute Bowl reference.
Ross continues. It's a big U. You put your head on the curve bit, and long bits press up to you like you're both big and little spoon. Middle spoon, I guess. It's fucking awesome, and only a bit like I imagine sleeping in a coffin to be like. So quiz or something. P.S. I was milked.
Nice.
Good job, Ross. Successfully?
We'll have to wait for another update.
All right. Let me know how successful it was, Ross.
Ross is like our ejaculate pen pal. We hear from him once a week. It checks
Perfect.
in on how his system's going. You guys ready to begin the quiz?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
These are DS games, and I'm
Maybe we'll just get it on the movies.
on the movies. That's my only
I'm
chance.
good at movies,
Yeah,
so
it's gonna
let's
be
see
rough.
if we can do it.
First question. This game, based on a 2012 superhero movie of the same name, forgoes the open world roaming of the other ports and instead uses your apartment as a hub level and only features 3 of the other game's suits: red, classic, and black. There was not a Deadpool port, right? Because when I think of apartment, I think of like Deadpool's apartment from the PlayStation 3 game.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Was there a Spider-Man DS game?
surely, right? It's Spider-Man.
I don't know the name of it, but it's got to be Spider-Man.
What would the
right?
2012 one have been?
That would have probably been the Andrew Garfield one, right?
Yeah,
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man. You guys want to go with that?
Yeah.
All right,
Hell yeah. You guys, good job.
let's lock it in. It is the Amazing
Nice.
Spider-Man.
Woohoo.
Good job.
Because I was just in my head was like, I don't know, Hancock?
That'd be a great video game, actually.
Hancock was like one of those movies that like really took a weird turn.
And I loved
Oh, yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I
Super
loved
weird turn.
Hancock so much.
Next question. This game stars B.O.B., Bombs Over Baghdad, Missing Link, Dr. Cockroach, Ph.D., and Ginormica / Susan Murphy in all platforms, as well as Insectosaurus on the DS.
None of those things ring a bell.
No, same.
They all insect. Did you read that again? They all insect
Sure.
themed?
Maybe. I don't know what B.O.B. stands
Is it a
for.
Bug's Life?
Maybe.
What was the year? Did he say the year?
He did not say the year. The game stars B.O.B. or Bob, I don't know, Missing Link, Dr. Cockroach, Ph.D., which I'd like that. That has promise. And Ginormica / Susan Murphy in all platforms, as well as Insectosaurus on the DS.
Joe's Apartment for DS.
I mean, all
Is
right.
that it? Yeah.
I mean, that's a movie.
That's a movie.
That's a movie. That's a better guess than anything I'm going to be able to come up with.
I think Bug's Life that's not a bad
Bugs Life
answer.
isn't bad.
Or
but
Ants.
B movie.
No, I don't
I don't
think
think that would be
I don't
in-
think any of that was in B movie. That was just Jerry Seinfeld B having sex with a
Yeah,
real female
human,
woman.
yeah.
Hey, she liked jazz.
Who can blame her?
I'm sure what you can do.
And apparently fucking bees.
She's just doing her part. Bees are dying out.
We got to pollinate. Bug's Life's the only thing
Bug's
I can
Life.
think
I
of.
think that's.
I don't know.
Bug's Life.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I'm
better.
good with
it
that.
all sounds like insect related.
Like
Bug's Life.
I'm in that now.
Ants.
I can't come out
Bug's
of it.
Life or Ants or something like that. Yeah. But I'd
Bug's
say
Life.
Bug's Life is probably sounds like a DS.
Locking it in. It is Monsters versus Aliens. Is that a movie?
Is that a movie?
I
I'm
don't-
sure it
I-
is. I don't know it though. All right.
Next question. This game stars Barry B. Benton, not to be confused with Barry Burton, an insect that is just desperate to get his dick wet. That's
a B
bugs.
movie. B movie, yeah.
B movie.
B movie.
B movie, logging it in. It is the B movie. Well done. I thought that was a joke.
We were a
and
little
then
ahead of
everyone,
ourselves.
and then everyone was staring at me and was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess that's
No, that's
something.
it. We want that. We got a little ahead of ourselves on the last question.
Next question. This game
This is a bug's life, I swear to God.
this game features animated bugs. This game, based on a film, based on a book, written in the 1950s, is an action RPG that sees you traverse a snowy land and requires you to seek warmth.
Great Gatsby.
The Great
DS.
Gatsby. DS. Locking it in. It is
Snow-covered what?
land. Traverse a snowy land and requires you to seek warmth. It's based on a book written in the 1950s.
It's not Chronicles of Narnia, is it? Nah.
Yeah, I don't know when that stuff was written.
That mini
That
game
track.
from
Old-ass
Final
book.
Fantasy
Right.
VII.
Hobbit? Wasn't The Hobbit written in the 50s?
I feel like it's older than that.
Based on a book, based on a movie.
And it is an action RPG. Traverse a snowy land, though.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of snow happening in Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit.
Star Wars Adventures on Hoth.
Those weren't written in the 50s.
Game based on a film, based on a book that was written in the 1950s. It's an action RPG. You traverse a snowy land and requires you to seek warmth.
When was Winnie the Pooh written?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, probably around that time, right?
I mean, it could be like Pooh and Piglet wandering around the snowy 100-acre wood trying to get warm or some shit like that.
Yeah. Pooh and Piglet presents Don't Starve.
Don't starve
freeze.
together.
Requires you to seek warmth. Based on a book from the 50s.
What's a book that was written in the 50s that's about dying in the cold?
Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, no, it's not.
Cliffhanger.
Based on the 1950s classic novel.
Bugs.
Oh, man. I feel like I should know this.
Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen lose it all in New York City. Nicole sent me a message saying how much the Olsen twins are a part of her growing up. So,
Oh, yeah?
So if we ever do any of the Olsen DS games, she's in.
She's in. Did she say it because she heard us talking about the
Yeah.
Olsen twins?
Yes.
Nice.
Snowpiercer.
Guys, I can't help. I can't help. I don't know. I have no idea.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, yeah, I don't, it's not. but
Locking it in. It is. Oh, God, Ian.
Please.
Oh, God, Ian. Oh, God, Ian. The
What?
Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
You nailed it.
You had it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we failed you.
Half credit.
We failed you. We didn't listen. You tried.
Well, at least someone
You said it.
I would have thought of everything in the Chronicles of Narnia. The game wouldn't base around getting warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question.
Don't recite the old magic to the lion god.
Yeah, because now that I read that book and I saw the
I did
movie
too.
but
I didn't see the
remember
movie.
going through when they went through the wardrobe. It was snowing on the other, and I think that's
Yeah.
what got me in that.
In that
I
mindset.
should have insisted. Oh well.
Next question. This animated martial arts film and features a quest from the Dragon Scroll, the key to ultimate power.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu
Kung Fu Panda. All right, logging it in. It is Kung Fu Panda. You guys were quick on that. Good job. Next question.
We got kids.
Yeah.
This FPS is based on the 21st and 22nd movies in this film series, though is named after the 22nd. James Bond, is this
It's got to be.
which one? For the DS?
Did they put?
Octopussy.
What did they say the year? I mean, this is around 2000s. It's got to be
What came
Casino
out? Let's say
Royale.
Casino Royale.
That's my guess.
That sounds good.
Locking it in. It is 007, Quantum
Quantum
of
of
Solace.
Solace. Oh,
That was like the next one after,
That was
right?
the next one.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking Castlevania game.
It does.
Quantum of
the
Solace.
Quantum of Solace. This game, based on an anime of the same name, was called Hagane no Rinkinjitsushi Daiaru Shinpashi in Japan, and is a side-scrolling beat-em-up which uses the stylus to draw special attacks.
It's based on an anime.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Akira.
I mean, that's-
Would they have put an Akira game on there? That would have been more of a racing game, though, if they did that.
based on an anime. Side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Which uses the stylus to draw special attacks. I'm saying Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we just wrote that game, and it's like, what other?
That's exactly what you were
That's
just
what
saying.
we were saying. Except we were saying fighting game. This is a beat 'em up. I don't know. I don't know what the name of Full Metal Alchemist is in Japanese. I know there's a no in there, but there's a no in a lot of.
Full Metal No Alchemist. Yeah.
I mean,
Might as well.
I don't
I don't
know.
have any other guess.
And that's like 2012 was, if we're basing like 2012, I mean, that's because I was looking at the date on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood today, and it's like, how old is this anyway? It's like 11 years old. I got nothing better than
Yeah,
that.
sounds
Go for
good.
It is Full Metal Alchemist
Nice.
Dual Sympathy.
Sweet.
I'm going to have to
Damn.
download that game and
Yeah.
play that game. That sounds really like the thing that we just said we
Yeah.
wanted. Next question. The game is based on a Disney film about a dog, voiced by John Travolta, who believes he has superpowers.
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth, locking it in.
Battlefield Earth
Ah,
DS.
Swordfish.
Grease. It was Grease.
Pulp Fiction.
Look who's talking.
Look who's talking.
Look who's talking
now.
now.
At
The
the
one with the
dogs.
dogs. Yeah. Ian's making the face like it could be.
That was Bruce Willis and Roseanne Barr though.
Oh.
Yeah, John Travolta was he only in the
He
first
was
one?
the dad. No, he was in the second one because he and Kirstie
That's
Alley
right.
get together.
Yeah.
Say the thing again.
The game is Frog Pussy? You got it. Frog Pussy.
Dave, Dave, do the thing.
Say the line, Dave. The game is based on a Disney film about a dog, voiced by John Travolta, who believes he has superpowers. It's a Disney film.
Bolt.
Is John Travolta? Is he the voice?
Bolt, I think, is a Disney film about a dog that thinks it's a superhero.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm down. Let's do that.
Locking it in. It is Disney's Bolt.
Nice.
All right.
Well done.
Never would have gotten that.
I didn't know it was John Travolta.
I didn't know it was either.
Next question. This game is based on a superhero movie which arguably kicked off the age of the modern superhero movie.
Blade.
On the DS? Isn't it Iron
Blade,
Man?
You
Blade
draw-
3.
You
It
draw,
could be Iron
you
Man.
draw fangs with
That
your
would be the
stylus.
time.
You draw fags.
Was
Iron Man is like,
Was there any more to the question?
no, this game is based on a superhero movie which arguably kicked off the age of the modern superhero movie.
It could be Iron Man. It's about the right time
It
frame.
is.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's probably. Because
And
Blade,
that's a
like, when did the last Blade
Blade
movie
is
come out?
Blade.
Blade's
You gotta
real fucking old.
You kind of got to know stuff to know about Blade, and what I talked about all those years ago about Blade technically being the first MCU movie.
Sure.
but
But did it have a DS game?
people doubtful. Most people would say Iron Man in
But
this case.
But I think the operative word here is modern superhero
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
like Blade. Sure, but I mean, like, how much influence does it have on the modern?
Nothing. No,
superhero
that was
movie?
simply a Marvel
Right,
thing.
right.
Not. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Iron Man.
We good with that? Locking it in. It's Iron Man.
Nice.
We got
Good
it.
job.
When did the last Blade movie come out? Do you know? Like, was it like
It was
90s still, or was it 2000s? Or
I think it was close to. If it was either late 90s or
I was
early
in high school.
2000s.
yeah, they did 3 of them, right?
There was 3. Ryan Reynolds was in.
Ryan
third-
Reynolds was
the
in one
third
of them.
one.
Wow,
Yeah. Mhm.
was he Deadpool?
Probably. I mean, let's be honest.
Next question. This wrestling game, based on a film of the same name about a monk who sidelines as a wrestler, features a paper cutout puppet style.
2004. Blade.
2004 was Blade 3.
Blade Trinity. Yes. Sorry. Read that again.
This wrestling game based on a film of the same name about a monk who sidelines as a wrestler, features a paper cutout puppet style. Kung Fu Hustle.
Okay.
That's not it, but
No.
I got fucking
I have
nothing.
no idea, like at all.
A film where there's a monk who sidelines as a wrestler.
What about that Jack Black movie? Wasn't there a Jack
Kung
Black?
Fu Panda, we've already had that
No,
one.
not that one. It was another movie. Like he was a wrestler, only he wore one of them.
What is that?
Nacho
Nacho Libre.
That wouldn't be it.
Yeah, no, fuck
Nacho
it.
Libre.
Fuck it.
That
I
was
say
like
do
around
it.
the same time. Yeah.
Nacho Libre. I said do that.
Yeah, let's lock it. We're locking it in. It's the Chronicles of Narnia.
But puppets.
Prince Caspian. It's Nacho Libre.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
All right.
Nacho Libre.
All right.
Well done.
Good job.
Wow.
Very
Okay.
well done. That's a movie I've never
I've
seen.
never seen it either.
But
I don't know
every
why that
service
came
I
to me.
subscribe to is like, dude, watch this.
Oh man, that was random that I even thought.
That was
of
very good.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. The Flintstones, the Jetsons, wacky races.
I'm gonna kill Wacky Races, fuck the Jetsons, and marry the Flintstones, because that's really the order in which I liked the shows the least to the most.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
the only reason.
All right. I can respect that logic. I think I'm going to fuck Wacky Races because the Flintstones and the Jetsons are the same show.
Yeah, just to set a millennia apart.
Right.
Yeah.
And I liked Wacky Races. I used to watch
Mm-hmm.
it on my grandparents' bed, and that's also where I like to fuck. So it all works out. I would probably. That means I have to kill the Flintstones or the Jetsons. And I think I'm going to kill the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Astro gave me Ruh-Roh, and I mean, like, you know, and I guess maybe Scooby did too, but they were probably the same character knowing Hanna-Barbera.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
plus Judy. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
Well, yeah, Judy.
I had a crush on Judy a little bit, and I didn't have a crush on anybody in the Flintstones except for maybe Betty.
I was all into Wilma and Betty.
Yeah,
And
well,
then at some point they have episodes where Pebbles is grown up and she's kind of hot.
yeah, where she's like in a band or something.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. I mean, I think she's grown up.
Fuck, maybe I want to marry the Flintstones then. I don't know. It just seems like a real, like, I don't think I want to marry someone that dirty, honestly. So I'm going to say Flintstone, or I'm going to
get
marry
you.
the Jetsons. Because, like, seeing the Flintstones movie and, like, all that fucking, like, there's no sleeves and it's just
Yeah.
sweaty armpit hair.
Dirty feet.
Yeah, it's the Jetsons. I couldn't deal with
Picked
that
up a nail. Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna marry Wacky Races.
You're going to marry
I'm
Wacky
gonna marry
Races.
Wacky Races.
Interesting.
I'm gonna fuck the Jetsons, and I'm gonna kill the Flintstones because I am so sick of caveman shit.
Because of our show.
Because of our
Yeah,
show, there's
yeah,
so much bad caveman shit.
There's a lot of bad caveman shit. Yeah.
For real.
All right. Well, we all had different answers on that
For
one. I
once,
like that.
yeah.
All right. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Final Fantasy series, Fantasy Star series, Suikoden series. It's almost as if this was written for us.
I recuse myself from this one because I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
So it was Fantasy Star, Suikoden, and what else?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, I'm gonna marry Final Fantasy. I'm gonna fuck Suikoden and kill Fantasy Star.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's the same. I mean, I like Fantasy Star okay, but like, I haven't played all the games. I also like Suikoden, but I mean, Final Fantasy is the bread and butter.
Yep.
So I got to marry that.
Yep.
Fuck, marry, kill. Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Super Mario RPG. Ian, you're out.
I'm out.
Okay.
Marry Earthbound, fuck Chrono Trigger, kill Mario RPG.
Really? I'm super surprised to hear the killing of Super Mario RPG. Earthbound makes sense. You're going to marry it.
I can get a lot more out of Chrono Trigger than I can Mario RPG. Mario RPG is kind of a one and done. Chrono Trigger, you can just keep playing and playing and playing and playing.
I'm also going to kill Super Mario RPG. I'm just going to marry Chrono Trigger and fuck Earthbound.
It's fair. It's fair.
That went a lot smoother than I thought that it was going to. Ross,
Now,
thank
had
you.
he said Final Fantasy 6 instead of Mario RPG, then we would have had a question.
Yeah. Yeah, but just the series as a whole. And plus, it's like there's so many Final Fantasy games. There's only one Super Mario RPG, which you'd think would make it special, but it doesn't. I kill it.
Yep. Off species, it's fine.
Quantity over quality. Now, if it had been like Final Fantasy 2 Japanese version or Super Mario RPG, probably gonna kill Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah.
That game's
I hate that
not
one.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it, Ross. Thank you. I'm glad you got milked. Let us know if you got milked to completion.
more about it.
Yeah, we need to know.
And how was it done? Were you in a cardboard, laying atop a cardboard box with your dick in the hole, so it was just like a literal milking? Let us know. Come on. How did you build a milking crate for your wife to get in and you lay on top? That's what I need to know.
Did you incorporate the 12-foot body pillow?
Exactly.
Did you suspend yourself from the 12-foot body pillow?
Did you walk over a mountain of milk crates and then fall and have to be revived
Milked
by
life.
being milked?
Yeah, Nikki and I role play that sometimes too. Milk me back to life. Milk me back to life. That's it. That's all I got. That's
Cool.
all, that's.
Yeah.
I think that's the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to pull out the Switch Online randomizer, the demigod.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Before we do it, I'm glad that you reminded me that's the thing that we do. I have a question. Do you guys want to do the Japanese releases on there as well, or no? Because even the American Switch Online SNES library has some Japanese games in it that weren't originally published here. So I don't care either way. I just feel like we need to have a conversation about it because it's going to affect, what the randomizer pools.
I mean, I don't think so because you're not doing Japanese games anyway.
If we were doing Famicom games too in the SNES list, yeah.
Okay.
But I say leave them out.
Okay, then I'm going to exclude them.
I might play them anyway, but
Right.
leave them out.
Okay.
Just, at least from this, because I think you just want to stick with U.S. released games so that you're ticking boxes on the actual list.
Sure. I mean, that's a good argument for it. I'm fine with that. I just want to know how you guys felt about it so that I could adjust the list that we're randomizing.
Most of
from.
those are just puzzle games anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know that any of them necessarily warrant an entire episode.
If we wanted to, maybe we could combine them all
Maybe
into one
throw
episode.
one in. Yeah, one episode of all the Japanese games just for fun one
Yeah.
time. That'd be fine too.
The one reason that I'm kind of inclined to want to do them is because they might be good ones.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? They're like you said, I know I've seen a lot of them on there are puzzle games, and it's like, that's not a lot of great content typically for our show.
No, I think that was not a bad idea to maybe after we're finished with all of these,
See what's left over, and
get them all in one.
yeah, that could be a fun episode because we don't have to do like deep dives into each one. And,
Right.
Yeah.
No, I like that idea.
All right. Okay. Well, then in that case, I am ready. I have the appropriate list pulled up.
All right. Well, then let's. I'm going to plug in this batter up peripheral. Go ahead and put my head on it. Ball and Crazy Kid style. Put it on the ground. So I'm trying to put my pants down here. Spread my no-no hole out so I can point in a random direction. Say the prayer we all love to say. Beep-doop, boop-doop, beep-doop, boop-doop, beep-doop, boop-doop, beep-doop, boop-doop, boop, boop, boop. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
29. Which the list I am pulling from does not do them alphabetically. I believe they're doing it by release when it came out, like not originally, but on Switch Online. 29 is Operation Logic Bomb, which has
Okay.
been, I think, an answer to one of the quiz
It has
questions
been.
a couple
It
weeks
has been.
back.
Okay.
So now we get to see what it's all about, I guess.
All right.
All right.
Operation Logic Bomb.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, TADPOG.com. Just Google TADPOG. You'll fucking find it. Fucking get our shit. You wanna call us? We take voicemail sometimes. That's 270-883-2555. You want to send us something for the tasting, just for a funny intro, or whatever.
Oh fuck, man! I forgot to bring the damn package again.
Oh, I thought that was it.
No, that's my wallet.
Oh, that's your wallet.
Which I need to like.
It looks like a. Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I
it looks
get
like an
now.
envelope. Yeah. Which I need to get rid of wallet. I just need to have like a couple cards and then fucking be done with it. But I also like carrying cash because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
But
You're responsible.
yeah, right. Yeah. Well, what I need to do is just hide this money somewhere. You know what I mean? Like in my shoe.
Perfect.
Yeah. No. They no,
In the toe, they never look there.
Yeah. I forgot to bring the package again the second week in a row. Chris, I looked on the label and it's like, oh, this is from Chris Murray. So Chris, we got your package. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring it a second time in a row, but next time I will try not to forget it.
Yeah. I guess we'll do the show one more time then for the package next week.
Just for you.
But you can send us something. TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We're on Facebook, so TADPOG there. TADPOG Nation if you're like that dank shit. Or we have Discord. What's that Discord link?
bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
You want a TADPOG shirt? There are a whole bunch up there. Shirts.tadpog.com. COVID's ravaging the United States, so get a mask. Mask.tadpog.com or just search Redbubble. They're up there somewhere. We're TADPOG_podcast on Instagram. Podcast?
All right, we should
TADPOG
start a taxi
podcast.
company. This is how we spread the show. All that plays inside the cab is the show.
Perfect.
And then the sign where it says like off duty and shit like that just says perverts only.
Well, it'd be Pog Cab, to where instead of like cash cab, we give out Pogs, and it has our show playing.
You have to play us at Pogs. And if you beat us, you get the ride for free. Otherwise, you have to pay us.
Yeah.
We don't make a lot of
It's
money.
incredibly expensive because Pogs are very expensive.
Very expensive.
So if you lose, it's a $200 ride.
While you wrap this up, my task is going to be go on eBay and see how much Pogs are.
Oh, I did find a $20 set of 1980s Arby's glasses for the BC,
BC.
company.
Oh, I saw those at the shed. I went to the shed.
Locally?
Really?
Yeah, they're here locally. It's that place on the south
All
side.
right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Get me some Arby's glasses.
Oh,
You
man.
want my Arby's?
All you need is a roast beef blanket.
I thought of it because we had talked about BC.
Horsey life.
You need the sweatpants that says saucy on the back.
Big cowboy hat and everything. It's be great. I don't even know what's real anymore. What else did we do? Where Dave got that Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah. I stream on Twitch on Sunday nights, twitch.tv/tadpog_podcast. I'm going to be doing stuff with the NES coming up because I want to show that off because it's really nice. DuckTales is the game of the month on the TADPOG Discord. Love DuckTales. I'm really excited to play that. So I'll probably end up streaming that sometime this month too. And I have to finish Princess Tomato too. So by the time this comes out, hopefully that stream has already happened.
Yeah.
We'll see. Labor Day, maybe.
Let's see, but most importantly, we got that Patreon. So riding that two pity train riders. Thank you, Backlog Banisher Dane. And what's Chris Murray's title? What's Chris Apple?
He's just a punk,
Just a punk.
but we should probably give him a title.
We should.
Okay, so he gave us that Saturn,
Okay.
and Saturn is my very excellent mother is the sixth planet in the solar system.
The Sega 6. Sega 6, Chris Murray.
Chris 6.
Chris 6. All right.
We'll
think
get back
about
to
it.
you.
We'll think about it.
I love we gave up at the same
We did.
exact
It's
moment.
like, okay, no.
It was like, nah, this isn't working out. We'll get it. We'll get it.
But unbelievable ups.
Whatever's in your package that we open next episode, we'll base your title on
Perfect.
that.
Love it. Love it. I hope it's
No matter what it is.
Dildos, and KY jelly and shit. Yeah.
That's what it's going to be about.
That's a good idea. Do you want a title sentence a package, and we'll have to decipher it. But huge, holy shit! Thank you, Usurper Grimm. Like huge upping his Patreon.
No shit. I didn't see that. Awesome. Did that come in just recently?
Yep.
Like today-ish?
Yep, today.
Well, all right, I need to look. Fuck, my whole like executive producer list is going to be out of
That
order.
puts him back on top.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. That's all I need to know.
There you go. Yeah.
Thanks, Grim.
I think that's all I got.
There's a whole set of Simpsons Pogs.
Oh my God.
50 Pogs for $25.
50 Pogs for $25.
Yeah, a complete set of Simpsons Pogs for $25.
A complete set of Simpsons Pogs?
Yep.
Is there a slammer included?
It just says milk caps. It doesn't say anything about a slammer.
Okay. Well, I need a eat pant slammer stat.
Yeah, and it's like all of them. There's Sideshow Bob and
Are these licensed? Like these are official?
Selma, yeah.
Oh my God. I might have to buy these fucking Pogs. Is Alf on there? Is Alf one of them?
No, but Millhouse is, if that helps.
That does help. I got the dud. Alf Pog. I'm doing a search on. Oh man, they got a Millhouse. They got a Millhouse mashup. Alf Pog. Look at this.
Sweet.
This is great. It's a $195 dues.
Damn.
Remember Mill Alf? He's back in Pog form.
Damn.
Dude, this is great. Okay, we're doing a podcast? I was just shopping for myself.
Theme song is Moving on Sycamore Drive. Link track, that track from the short TADPOG.com. How you guys want to close this out?
As our favorites.
All right. Sounds good. So until next time, Capricorn.
Right? And this episode was executive produced by the following people who donate on Patreon, $20 or more a month. I hear Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, Executive Producer Dick Dougie, The Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, aka Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage, Magical Sleeper, aka Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Temporal, Eternal Savior, Cubicle Monkey. We had a conversation. It's
perfect.
It's cemented. Pinball Archmage Chris Edler. I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode. Platinum member Brett Miller. Sandwich Boat Phil Hawkins. Nate from Utah, first time caller. Zeus Laser. Boons from Brooklyn. Drinksmith Joey Webster. Big Daddy Paul Anderson. Edgelord Kyle Purtlebaugh. Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link. And General Kenobi Massacre. That's a lot of names, and I really appreciate it, and it's awesome. So
Yes.
thank you. Oh, yeah, also for the penny trains. Toot, toot. I'm not blowing in this thing.
I don't blame you.
You need to microwave it. Or, you know,
It's
like,
wood, though, man.
Just
like,
make all the spiders really hot.
Yeah. Get hot and angry.
You know, that flew to hot spiders.
It's like a fucking... It's like a fucking WarioWare game.
Microwaves that flutes. No.
finished Korra.
Yeah,
I did. I liked Avatar better.
you did.
I did. I thought.
Did you go to Nickelodeon and see the real ending, or YouTube and see the real ending,
Well, I don't know what was the real ending.
or Cora and what's the girl?
Oh, what's his name's daughter? The
Yeah.
the rich one.
They kiss and hold hands and go into the light together.
Yeah, that's the one they had on
That is one?
one
Okay,
I
because the
watched.
one I watched, they cut that out.
No,
so
it
I had
was
to go
there.
to YouTube and watch that. Okay.
It was there, and I wondered if that's what it was that you were talking about. But yeah, they did that, which I thought was cool. Mm-hmm. I thought that Korra, the show overall, felt to me like they leaned too hard on Korra being the worst Avatar ever. I spent 4 seasons watching her get her ass kicked against literally everyone she fought.
That was a common complaint that like Aang was just a better Avatar overall.
Yeah, and I mean, I had nothing against Korra. I thought her character was good, and I thought it was kind of bullshit the way they sort of took away her past lives, and she didn't have that to call on anymore. And I just felt like the girl could not catch a fucking break at all throughout and it was like it didn't matter who she. Of course, there was a big bad at the end of every season, or that was in every season that was trying to take over the world, and it was all about equality. The Benders are bad. The Benders are trying to take everything from themselves, and we're second-class citizens, and all these people rising up against Benders and everything, and that's fine, except they kind of did that for all 4 seasons in one form or fashion.
Yeah.
And I felt like every time Korra had to step up, she just got her butt kicked.
Yeah.
And I thought that was unfair to her character, to where she had to be kicked down and down and down and down every time before she would get up and do something.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like it's them sort of leaning into saying that like eventually the Avatar is going to go away, technology will overtake.
Maybe.
And
Yeah. I liked it. I did. And it was I thought the cast of characters was really good. I really liked Bolin. I loved Toph was in it.
yeah.
That made me
She's a very
happy.
good old woman.
She is she was a good old woman when she was 12, but she's a perfect old woman character that was it was a really good show. And
I love
have
that one,
nothing against it. I preferred Avatar. But
the airbender who learned to fly, like that guy's character.
Henry Rollins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird hearing him in that show. I knew it was him the instant I heard his voice, because I listened to a lot of Black Flag when I was a kid, and I didn't really get much into his spoken word, but a lot of my friends
Spoken
were
word
into
stuff.
it.
See, I don't know anything with music, but I'd listen to his spoken word stuff.
Yeah, and so I immediately recognized his voice, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Henry Rollins is in this. Man, he's a dick." He was like killing people, and I love how they had to hold on to the fact that this is a kids show. At no point he kills the queen, the Earth Queen, or something, and it badly, like takes the air out of her lungs and suffocates her. But at no point does did they ever say the word die or kill. He took her out.
Yeah.
It was always he took out the queen. It's like, you mean he killed her? Shh.
No, that's fine. We'll show him take the air out of her lungs, but don't say die or kill.
But yes, I really did enjoy it a great deal. So yeah, I'm all about it. Was out at the mall the other day. We were picking up a couple little things for my grandson's birthday, and I went into that FYE store. They had a bunch of cool Avatar stuff in there.
I bought Addie so much of that shit.
It was so expensive. Like one T-shirt was like $29. I'm like, no.
She has a pretty badass Appa backpack.
Oh, I love that.
That she gets whenever we go to whenever she takes it somewhere, we always get compliments on it. I bought her Uncle Iroh's ramen and tea set.
Oh man, that's cool.
She's got the pop vinyls of her favorite characters, a giant stuffed, not Appa, but the one that has the snot bubble.
Oh, shit, squishy,
Something like that.
something like it's something.
She's got him.
That's funny. But yeah, it was good. I really liked Tenzin. I thought Tenzin was a cool character who was
Yes,
kind of a little bit of comic relief, actually, because he was the brother. He and his brother and sister are always fighting with each other. They're grown ass people, but they're always fighting with each other like siblings do. And
I was glad when
J.K.
Boomy
Simmons
became an airbender.
Yeah, me too. That was really neat the way they brought, suddenly a bunch of people are airbenders because of the way that she left the spirit portals open and stuff. But Tenzin was voiced by J.K. Simmons.
See, I didn't realize that, but I
Yeah.
can see it now that you say that.
A lot of people in that show, actually.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But
I know in that new the Smash Brothers clone with the Nickelodeon characters, that Aang and Korra are playable characters in it.
oh, really?
With SpongeBob and Ren and Stimpy and
Oh,
Powdered
wow.
Toast Man.
I didn't know that.